Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Evasion Season 6 in a solo battles. We've had 2 days of intense fighting in the semifinals to get us to this point right here, Jeepo, where we will have 12 contestants enter the realm of Tarkov once again and battle it out to see who is walking away with some prize money. Jeepo, go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and welcome. Hope you're having a great day.
Having a fantastic day, Bunny. Thank you very much. Sunshine in here. Now we got the final. What could be better? Yeah. My name is Jeepo TV, guys. I'm a UK-based streamer playing mostly Escape from Tarkov. Like to sort of think I play it in a more tactical, slow down way, focusing on squad play and communication. Kind of like to think it's the way BSG intend us to play Tarkov these days. You can find me on Twitter, Jeepo TV. You can find me on Twitch, Jeepo TV, and over on YouTube as well, where we try to release some money guides, some things like advanced keybinds. Love to have you guys stop by and say hi after the stream.
Awesome, and it is a pleasure as always casting with you, Jeepo, because we are here for none other than the championship round. As I mentioned earlier, this is the accumulation of 2 days of intense battle, 2 weeks of qualifiers, and every one of these folks have earned their space here. Now, I want to take a look at everybody that will be in this competition because there's some new names, but then there are some names that we have seen in the past. Jeepo, tell everybody at home who we're going to see battling it out today.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have the Apollo OC. We have Sheaf GG, the captain of the Evasion competitive team, by the way. We have Chusky. We have Gingy. Gingy also in the Evasion team. Actually, our high scorer from the previous rounds with 107 points. So she's a lot to prove coming in here. We got Snipex. We got War Pickle, TTV, which is a great name. We got Mandini, the Blue Dude. We got K3U. We got J Bebe. It's Reefy. And it's Bubba. So a lot of these guys will be familiar names, I'm sure, to the community out there, but definitely some sort of little unknowns coming in here. Some people you're like, I don't know their playstyle. I'm wondering how they're going to approach this. So lots to be excited for here today, Bunny.
Very, very true. We see some names in there. J-Baby, it's Reefy, and it's Bubba. Now, it's Bubba. It's the one that was kind of unexpected. I mean, was really low in the score sheet yesterday and managed in the very last raid of Lighthouse to sneak into 3rd place by 1 point because he went back and killed 1 scav, and that got him into today's tournament. But with that being said, I hope you guys are ready for today's tournament because it is going to be a lot of action. And if you want to ever be a part of the tournament or you want to know about any future events that we may be having here, make sure you guys head over to the website, evasion.gg. We have all of the rules information there. We have information about upcoming events. We have information about trios. We also have a calendar to tell you exactly when everything is happening. Those are always up to change, in case Easter falls and or whatever else has happened in the past. Make sure you're following the calendar because we keep that up to date with the exact dates of every single event. You can also head over to evasion.gg/merch to pick up some of your own merch. You'll see some of the competitors wearing their jerseys today. Also, a lot of really cool hats. The hoodies are extremely comfortable, even though it is becoming summer for a lot of us. But also, one other thing I want to touch on with the website and following us on all of our socials, which you can do over at Twitter, evasion_GG, Instagram, evasion_GG, TikTok, and all the VODs over on YouTube is, guys, OCE. If we have any OCE people in chat right now, they are running their qualifiers, so you can try to get into the OCE tournament. Now, obviously, you do need to be in the OCE for that due to ping restrictions. So make sure you guys are checking that out, going through those qualifiers, hitting up Trent AU, big part of our family here at Evasion, helping out with all of the OCE information. Now, one other thing real quick before we go any further is a huge shout out to Battle State Games for helping us so much this entire weekend. Folks have been staying extremely late over there, putting on this show and helping in the behind the scenes. You guys have no idea how much work goes into this. I also want to take a huge thank you to all of our sponsors this weekend. We've had Goodies Granola, we've had Empire Jerky, great great products in case you need a snack. And a giant shout out to Stints Built PC. They really came through with the love, and we cannot thank them enough. Guys, make sure you check out Stints Built PC for all of your PC needs. They will help you get one of the best gaming and entertainment rigs you could ask for. Well, with that being said, Jeepo, let's bring up the rules because we are about to get into our very first map. Tell everybody at home what to expect here on Labs.
Absolutely. So this is Labs Heist. All 12 players will load into the same map on that private server. It is a 25-minute timer. Get to Labs and kill any raiders and PMCs that get in your way. Extract with the most value in loot that you can. Points are earned for every 50k's worth of loot you take out. Raider spawns are increased, which always makes this interesting. You can bring any loadout you want, with the exception of no Reap by Rs, no Flares, no T7s. 1 point per Raider kill, 1 point for PMC, 2 points for dog tag on extract, 3 points for extracting, and 2 points for every 50,000 rubles worth of loot. So these guys know what they're doing. They're prepared, Bunny. Let's see how they do on Labs.
Yes, let's jump right in with Apollo as they are loading up into Labs. We have seen this map has really been kind of the you know, it's set the pace for what the competition has. We've seen it so many times with our competitors where whoever kind of sets a really high score in Labs kind of carries that through the entire competition for the most part. There's been a few exceptions. We're going to jump over here to Chusky. It looks like everybody is just getting their feelings. They don't want to die. One of the biggest things that we have noted about this Jeepo, this entire competition, is how important surviving every raid is.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, it sounds so obvious. Survive and you're going to have a chance of winning this thing, but it's easy to say that when you got, 11 other awesome players on the map with you here. And it's interesting, as you said, Labs has proved to be very decisive. People getting huge leads on this map and sort of carrying that through with very few exceptions to the end here. And I'm paying particular attention to the rifles. Chusky there with the SA-58. Sheaf with a mutant. It looks like he's repacking as well, so he's had a fight already.
Very true. It does look like he's been getting shots. But before we get into the action, I need to take a moment and say thank you so much to Trash Panda, gifting out 100 subs here during the championship round. If you guys got a sub from Trash Panda, you need to say thank you. Get some claps in the chat. Show some love to that panda. Technically a raccoon, I'm going to assume Trash Panda.
Just looking here at the action, looks like Warpickle is just outside the double doors here, and the Apollo on the other side of the loading bay. Looks like he might know of his presence. He's been very, very cautious as he proceeds up this staircase. Very, very noisy part of the map to be on.
That's exactly right. Exactly like you just said. It's extremely noisy, but that is also one other thing. That is 200 subs gifted by Trash Panda. Much love to Trash today for these championships, showing love to the entire Evasion team and to the event that is being put on as Sheaf is running around. K3 here, Sheaf underneath. Are we about to get it? I think Sheaf hears K3 also. Oh, this could be a battle. Maybe not. Sheaf is playing it safe, but he's doing that hurried safe thing, so where it's like, I'm checking my corners, but I'm not aware. Oh, Sheaf takes a hit here, Jeepo. Let's see how he plays this out, if he can get the shot on using that right hand peek, but he goes to push at the wrong time, and K3 sprays Sheaf down.
The timing, that was fantastic work from K3. Sheaf just, I'm sure he'll say himself, he mistimed the push into the room, thinking K3 was going to keep moving to his right. He swung back to the left and just walked right into his spray. What a great fight from these two. Straight off the bat, Bunny.
Yep. Now it looks like Apollo is still down here. The button was hit, so the guy... Oh, the gate was opening and a raider was waiting and drops Apollo.
So
that is such a different raid than we had from Apollo here in the first round from him. That is going to be hard. We'll see how some of these high-scoring competitors from the semifinals will do, because they scored a lot of points in this round last time, but not so much in this, obviously, because they're dead, Depot.
Obviously, and we don't want to overplay the fact that just because one map has a bad day, you're still in the runnings. There's no drama there. But at the same time, here, these raiders, we did say these raiders could be something interesting. Keep an eye on with higher levels of them on the map. So that was a rough start for him. K3, here's someone outside this door here.
Oh,
He just. Oh!
That's J Baby. I think that's J Baby.
And another kill for K3. It was J Bebe as well. Dude, that's twice now. He's got kills as people aggressively push through doorways at him, using their sprint with their gun out of the fight. Ooh, good stuff from K3 here.
yeah, K3 going ahead, hearing him coming up, shooting the shots through the door originally. Once the door was open, going ahead and finishing off that. I mean, that was both of the competitors. J Bebe and Sheaf did the same exact thing that allowed K3 to get the kills there. They pushed through the door thinking he was falling back, but he stood his ground and gave him the opportunity to shoot while their gun was down. Remember, so much about Tarkov is keeping your gun up ready for a fight, and every time you sprint, your gun is down and you are at a disadvantage.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not one to critique any of these players. They're much better players than I am, but there is a case to be made here that you should be using grenades and/or flashbangs to enter those rooms once you know someone's in there. Unfortunate from both those players, but good stuff from K3, picking up tags, picking up some kills. A great start to the map for him.
We have Chusky down low, the blue dude not far away. They're on opposite sides of the subterranean area of labs, both of them creeping. And the blue dude is very tactical. We've seen this so much. He's obviously using an MDR here on labs, wanting something with a little bit more fire rate. Blue dude is known for his M1A usage, but we did see him kind of stray away from it during yesterday's competition. Do you think that's just because of the rate of fire, or has he become more comfortable using the MDR over the M1A?
I think probably it's rate of fire, particularly on a map like this where you do sometimes get those close-up battles. It's nice to have that rate of fire right here. There you go. Very accurate full auto fire right there, just allowing him to correct for the recoil and just bring that back on target. Not quite sure who he killed there, Bunny, but that was a great kill from the blue dude.
Yeah, it seems to be that maybe these competitors were doing their research about what people run and the rigs and the weapons that they're choosing, because we've heard multiple competitors go, I think that was this person. They're starting to learn. This is what it's all about. Like, when you get into a competitive nature, when you start to see esports grow in any community, whether it's PUBG or whether it's Rainbow Six or any game, you start to learn what your competitors do, and then you can determine that this is a competitor. It's Bubba. Looks like he's getting into it with somebody down by yellow, going ahead and popping a couple of shots, and he gets head tapped. No!
Re-peeking, that was brave, and unfortunately it did not pan out for Bubba there. Very brave decision, and great kill from what I think was Mandini. We'll just get a confirmation of that.
Mandini. Now we have the man who could not die yesterday, lived through so many fights. Snipe X over here. Oh, is K3 gonna get another person at this door? K3 hears him.
He's playing this door. It is an interesting strategy. It certainly seems to be working. Snipe, very cautious, sees the body.
See Snipe trying to use that, back and
Fire.
forth.
He's in the room.
Door. Yep, he has made it into the room. Now these two will start circling around all of these generators down here. But it's going to be Snipe that makes K3 on the push, Jeepo.
What a push. Chat, if you learned anything today, look at his use of obstacles, his use of sprinting into the room at the right time. That was a fantastic push by Snipe X. Holy, I'm very impressed with that, Bunny.
Snipe hears grenades going off, takes a minute to listen for anybody else that may be drawn to those fights. does not seem to be so. Gingy is over here in the car lot, maybe getting it out with some raiders, trying to find some loot. Because remember, kills are only one aspect of this map. The other aspect is they need to be looting over 50k every single time with their loot, because every 50k is going to be 2+ bonus points. We've seen huge amounts of bonus points come from these competitors when they loot up and get out. So I'm very surprised how many people we've seen take fights here and push fights instead of saying, hey, you know what, I could live and rack up a lot more points if I just backed off of this. Very interesting here, Jeepo.
Yeah, it's a balance, isn't it? On the one hand, you want to get those kills and get your competitors out of the game, but it's a very, very high risk strategy. Maybe the argument is better to get some loot and extract from this map with some points on the board after knowing how important these labs raids have been historically so far. Jumping over here to Gingy in the garages as the door is opening. Needs to be careful here.
Yeah.
The Raiders, we've already seen them cause havoc today.
That is extremely true there. I mean, this is an interesting tactic as a competitor. If you know one of your competitors is in these areas where raiders spawn, whether it's over by the storage side or it's over here in the garage, hitting those buttons and causing those doors to open puts your competitor at a huge disadvantage, because now they're sandwiched between you and raiders, and it could possibly take them off the map and deny them points.
Yep, as we predicted, Raiders are in the game. Let's see what Gingy does here.
Ooh, good shots. Goes ahead and drops. Already had dropped one. Another one ran around the barricade over there. She drops him with a headshot. Second one doesn't, or third one does not fall to her shots. Runs back into the garage, but she has to be extremely aware of being pushed from whoever activated this door.
Indeed. And of course, Gingy, look how calm she is. She's between a competitor and some pretty cracked AI here. Not too phased. This is our highest scoring competitor in the last rounds. And definitely one of our favorites going into this final. Let's see how she handles being stuck in this corner. I think it was Chusky that perhaps activated that button. It certainly looks like he's in the right area of the map to have been the one. He's gonna hear these grenades and this fight happening down here. She's trying to bait the raiders out with a grenade.
Now take a look at this, Jeepo. Mandini is on the opposite side. So we have Chusky on one stairwell, Mandini on the other, and poor Gingy stuck in the middle of them and raiders. She is in a pickle here.
She is, but nobody puts Gingy in the corner here. She is trying to bait these guys out with the grenades, get the raiders to push out, maybe have one of these guys commit. She's looking in the right spot for Mandini. They're just missing each other right now.
Yeah, she was extremely stuck around that barricade, but now she's put herself into a better position. She can get a little more aggressive. Still has to be very aware of raiders that might be behind her and could push out at any moment, but they do not seem to be. But it looks like there may be shots coming in. It doesn't look like it's on Gingy. It's Mandini taking shots to the chest and head. He's lost a leg. He's hurt. I believe that may have been Chusky getting shots onto him.
I think so. I think Chusky was being brave, pushing down to see what was happening in the garage, spotted Mandini as he had turned away, getting the drop on him, not killing him though. Wasn't Chusky, actually.
I'm glad I didn't.
Chusky is in the other office at the red keycard office right now. There's a lot going on here, Bunny.
There is, especially in this one little area. So many competitors have piled in over here. Now, it looks like it may be Blue Dude that is the one getting into this fight also. So we have 4 competitors in this one little area all getting into this.
It's all right.
She did see him there. Now, she's got to think, are her rounds going to penetrate the double windows on that vehicle and go through and get the kill?
I think
She wants to do it in one shot here. You do not want to give away your position.
Sounds pretty fucking loud, though.
Jeepo, I'm so worried because this is one of those situations where they are just in a standoff. Nobody's moving. Nobody's pressing anything. We're getting towards that 10-minute mark. At some point, when do you go, I need to back off. I need to get away from this fight because there are a lot of bonus points on this map that if I die, I'm missing. Do you make that decision or do you just go, throw it all to the wind and take this fight?
Yeah, I think she's got no. I think both our competitors here have got no choice right now because they can't get out with those raiders occupying the garage. So they're sort of committed whether they want to be or not. Mandini going down on the stairwell.
Literally was not paying attention.
Was that a raider? I think so. It was.
It was
Getting
a raider.
raidered.
Okay, so that's only 4 points from that raid.
Oh, that is such pain.
Luckily.
Was not, he said even in his chat right there, was not paying attention, did not hear. Gingy still holding this corner. The blue dude pushing a little bit further back. We'll see how this unfolds. Gingy rocking her classic AKMN build. It's the meta build that she enjoys running versus that blue dude 308 MDR.
Yeah, interesting strat from him. I don't think this is a bad strat at all. He's already got some player kills. He's got some raider kills. He's got some loot on him. He has an extract behind him that was fairly secure, as in he passed through this area previously. Better maybe to think about getting out and securing those points. We've seen the blue dude do that before in this contest. Just secure the points and leave, as opposed to pushing through an unknown area where there are still active raiders. Gingy here has a bit of a conundrum. What does she do? Does she push? Is she still worried about the
blue
player?
dude. Look at blue dude. Blue dude goes down to a raider. Blue dude dies to a raider. Oh no.
Take back everything I just said about going backwards. I was wrong. He should have went forwards. Unlucky from the blue dude. Oof.
That is extremely unlucky. As anybody who has played this map for any length of time, you know that could happen. Raiders are on another level. To think that you are above that, then you are just lying to yourself. As we tune in with Snipes moving along, should have heard the blue dude die over here. Maybe getting into it with the same cracked Raiders. We shall see. Throwing out a great grenade to maybe push them off a little bit.
Yeah, I want to see some vengeance here from Snipe. Let's see what he can do. And meanwhile, Gingy in the corner, see her just picking up that loot, grabbing that gear. It looks like she's going to extract Bunny as well. Secure the points from the extract and the dog tags and the raider kills. Get everything and call it a day. Should be a good start to the competition from her.
It really should. And this is something I'm going to bring up over and over and over today, because the semifinals have shown so much that survival is one of the most important aspect of this entire tournament. The folks who survive the most seem to be the ones who are moving on because they can secure the points. And with only so many points available, you need to take them wherever you can. And if you die too many raids, you just don't make it.
Indeed, multiple times this competition already this weekend, we have seen people qualify or get knocked out based on 1, 2, 3 points. So get every point you can at a time. And I think being a little bit conservative here in your first map is the play.
Mm-hmm. Very, very true. And I mean, it's one of those situations where this is not like other tournaments that you have seen or other competitions where, oh, I died. I can just gear up and queue back into the lobby and get pushed back into another fight. This isn't like that. Like, when you're out, you're sitting there waiting. Chusky getting lit up. Can't tell if it was from behind or that raider in front. There may have been multiple raiders. Going ahead and popping a stem and then repositioning off. It was from a raider in front that he did not see. Using the juice cannon, the SA-58. See if he can't take this fight a little bit cleaner.
Yeah. It is great to see. SA-58, nice head tap, letting freedom fly here with that foul, Bunny.
Good old Australian built weapon.
It is making me want to run a foul this weekend for sure. Old time six.
I do enjoy that gun quite a lot, as we see Snipes still down here in this subterranean area. Now, something to note, I don't think I've seen Snipes go up top at all. He lives down here.
Well, it's working out for him so far. He's getting his pick of the loot that other people have killed. He's getting player kills as well. We did see that great kill on K3 earlier. And it's in a relatively safe area of the map at this stage. I don't want to jinx him, but we, of course, do have easy access to some extracts as well. Oh, Chusky getting lit again by a
Oh!
raider, but great reactions.
There's totally someone right here.
Just listening to what Chusky's saying here, I wonder what state that body armor's in, Bunny. Feel like he's taken quite a few center mass hits here from these raiders, and they're not like rogues. They're not rocking 855 ammo. These guys rock usually pretty top tier ammo. Does have audio of what I assume are more raiders here inside on the wooden floor. Getting into that final 5 minutes of the raid here, and what we tend to see is things start to slow down again a little bit in the final 5 minutes. People start to focus on getting the loot, focusing on the 50,000 rubles, get as many points on the board from that objective as they can. So they start to slow down here, focus more on picking up stuff than pushing for kills. Of course, we've seen it in this competition again and again. Last minute kills as people move towards extract and think of leaving at the same time. So really interested to see what's about to happen here.
Mm-hmm. Very true. As they go ahead and push through, just looting up. Chusky doing that. This is something we saw, and I was wondering if we were going to see more competitors look and see how Chusky handled this competition early, because he's doing the same thing he did before. He has those rails in his gamma. That way he can grab as much loot and as many attachments, because obviously the attachments sell for more than the guns most of the time to the traders. So very, very smart here by Chusky.
Yeah, I think it's a great strategy. You get to put some suppressors, you get to put some optics, lasers, torches, all that in one slot. It's a great way to min-max. Snipe just running around, finding bodies everywhere. We're seeing other competitors. We're seeing dead raiders that the other guys picked off. Just a little bit more low-key right now, but that doesn't mean you're safe. We know these raiders continue to spawn for the duration of this map, so you can be quite relaxed and run into someone around a corner that you did not expect to be there.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting to note with, I just love looking at how our competitors spend their money, the rubles that they get on their account, and the armors that they decide. I mean, we're seeing here that Snipes has decided to go fast MT slat plate with Gazelle. I mean, we've seen the choices are always so interesting, and then the gun choices. We see a lot of mutants, and that's something I expect always during a competition, because it is kind of one of the strongest weapons because of BP right now. But man, when we see a foul, I just get excited. You know what I mean? Like, not enough people give any support to that Austrian weapon right now. Like, I think I said Australian weapon before. I meant Austrian, chat.
Listen,
Sorry.
we weren't going to correct you. We were going to let chat do that, but I'll let you correct yourself, Bunny. That's absolutely fine.
Trust me, when we are casting these, chat is the last thing I try to pay attention to. We have to sit here and talk for 4 hours, and sometimes our words get jumbled, and they just get to sit and listen and laugh. So they're the last things I'm looking at during these, because these competitors are what I'm interested in, watching their choices and them slay out as we just tune in here with Chusky and Snipes. I mean, they are killing it. They are looting up now. They have decided, hey, there's 2 minutes left. I mean, only 2 minutes left on labs. I mean, it's not a big deal, because labs, there are many extracts for these competitors to get out on. So I'm not super worried about it. It's just interesting to see if maybe they would run into each other and we get another little short extract fight.
Certainly is possible as Snipe continues to go through the underground here.
Grab that suppressor as
But
well.
meanwhile, Chusky's making great use of his time left in this map, grabbing a huge amount of gear. Really intrigued to see the value that he picks up out of this raid.
Snipes going ahead and still getting into it over here, finding more people. Chusky can hear those shots going off, so he knows somebody else is still on the map with him. That is some knowledge that he's decided, you know what? There's a minute left. I know somebody's around. Oh, he's going to know. He's going to touch another body before he leaves.
Part of me is proud of him here, and then part of me is a little nervous thinking about the greed aspect of what's going on here. We did see that bite a few competitors over the weekend where they decide, you know what, I'm going to go for that one last point, and catastrophe strikes. But I think here Chusky's saying, you know what, I've had enough. We're under a minute left. Let's crawl our way to extract and get out of here. Meanwhile, I'm looking at Snipe. Where is his extract? This...
Snipe is making a run here, 22 seconds. I really hope he's already called the elevator and it's sitting there waiting for him. Does not. Okay, the elevator is open, ready to go. 13 seconds left on the clock. No MIAs yet on the day. We unfortunately did see a few MIAs yesterday during this competition. So luckily not happening here just yet as we get through our very first map of this championship round. I'm curious to see how it falls, and I think we're ready. See, as soon as those scores are updated, let's go ahead and bring it up on the board. Take a look. Take it away, Jeepo. Tell everybody where everybody's at.
Indeed. So in first place currently, after a fantastic first raid from him, Chusky on 55 points, and no surprises who's right there in second behind him. It is SnipeX on 34. In third, Gingy, who also survived that round and got out. I think that was a good extract from her. Coming up then in fourth, just behind Gingy, is Warpickle TTV on 23 points. And then below that, we have the rest of the pack with just a 4 points separating 12th through 5th. Now, we know how important this labs raid has proven to be, Bunny. I think Chusky's put himself in an excellent position, but of course, there's still a long time left in this competition for these guys to get in those moneyed positions, those top 3 spots. Looking forward to seeing where we go after this.
As am I, guys, and some big news. Also, something really cool, guys. Here at Evasion, we have been putting these competitions on for a long time, and so much of everything that we do here is all supported by you, the community. With that being said, I believe we are less than 25 subs away from unlocking a brand new emote slot, something that hasn't happened here on Evasion for a very long time. We cannot thank you guys enough for all of the support that every single one of you guys have given us. So if you guys want some really awesome emotes, go ahead and sub. See if you have any of the Bezos money available. Use your Twitch Primes. It's free then. You get to use his money. It's like taken from a millionaire without actually doing it. It's like Robin Hood. You get to be like Robin Hood with Twitch Prime. That's what we're going to say from now on. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. Once again, much love to Stints Built for supporting us also through this entire competition. And guys, next week, we're going to have another event with another championship as we have the EU folks battling it out, just like we did for the NA this weekend. There's going to be some amazing competitors in the EU that I enjoy and I love watching. Moo and Sunny, one of them, great competitor, slays out every single time she is in a competition. So with that being said, though, Jeepo, we're going to my favorite map, Interchange, for the LAN party. Go ahead and tell the people at home what we can expect with this.
Yeah, this is a bit of a unique take on Interchange, isn't it? So all 12 of our competitors will load into Interchange for a 25-minute raid. PMCs are tasked with collecting enough items to build a PC and then extract with those parts. Extra points awarded for finding bonus PC parts. Multiple bonus PC parts may be collected. You also get points for killing scavs, PMCs, and killer. You can bring any gear you want except rebuy flares, and T7s. You get a point per scav kill, 1 point for PMC, 2 for dog tags on extract, 3 for extracting, 1 per PC part, and we can see those items on the right-hand side, and 3 points for bonus PC parts. And you can see those also on that right-hand side. Now, Bunny, this is also my favorite map, Interchange. And what we've seen here historically this weekend is huge numbers of people sort of moving around that back of Ollie area through all those computer parts in those offices. Do you think we're going to see that again? Or are people, now that it's the final, going to think about slowing it down, focus on surviving, and then maybe picking up some points towards the latter half of this map?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you with this group of competitors. I was expecting to. I knew that this group was going to go one of 2 ways. We were either going to get lots of death and destruction, or we were going to get very slow tactical gameplay. They did not disappoint in the first round. It was lots of death and destruction. I wonder if that is going to change their thought process, though, going into the next map where they're like, oh, I didn't survive one of the biggest maps in the tournament. I need to slow it down and make sure I get out with as many computer parts as possible. So it's really hard to say what's going through these competitors' minds. Guys, also, once again, I want to give a huge shout out. Darren, I believe Darren Hudson just dropped all 25 of those that we needed to unlock the new emote slot. So much love to you. Thank you so much. That's going to be huge for us as we figure out what emote. Maybe we'll get a poll up in chat about what our next emote here at Evasion should be, Jeepo. Maybe we'll come up with some ideas and get that thrown up. And I believe all of our competitors are getting ready. Also, chat, I have seen you guys over there. I did take a look once now that we're in this. Do you guys not know that we just like to say stuff to troll you a little bit? You know, with the SA-58 guns. Like, I loved that we had a battle going on if it was Belgian originally and then Austrian, and then I said Australia because I sometimes just mix my words up. Dyslexia, it's fun, and it's, you know, it's great. But with that being said, you guys have fun finding it out about the original origins and what variants of that weapon are out there as we tune in with Gingy running straight under the mall.
Put my laser on.
Indeed, and again, she's in a good spot here, sitting in 3rd place with a survive under her belt. I know she likes Interchange. She runs this a lot. She's not known as RN Gingy for no reason. This girl finds high-value loot on every map she goes to here, so I'm expecting great things from her for these computer parts.
Yeah, and I do want to note that during the competition, one of our competitors did find 4 GPUs, very back-to-back, could only carry 3 because the restrictions are still in place about how many you can have on you, and so just had to leave one. Now, we talked about this where if you get to that point where it's like, all right, I have 3 GPUs, I found the 4th, do you start hiding them, Jeepo?
Me, personally, yeah, I'm pretty competitive. I'd be hiding those so no one else could find them for sure. I think that's, you know, this is the final of a competition, Bunny. There is money on the line here. I think that's the smart play. It's pragmatic, I think.
Oh.
Back
Okay, 3 maybe getting sights on Chusky. Might have heard Chusky run by. He's trying to line up. Chusky has no idea he's in danger right now.
Yeah, we did talk a little bit about this yesterday. It's like weekend Tarkov. When the weekends are in and all the chads are playing Interchange, it can be very difficult to even get inside the mall safely. And I think we're about to see a little bit of competitor on competitor action here. Chusky seems to be oblivious. It's on his right flank there. It looks like K3 is looking at him from the right. Just desperately trying to find an angle here.
Oh, Chusky's so worried about who was over to the left. Was not worried about who was behind him, though. As K3 goes ahead and picks up a beautiful kill on Chusky and drops him. I am being told in chat that Gingy may have already found 2 GPUs. Is that real? And then we have Apollo getting absolutely laid out here by the blue dude.
It just happens so fast, and this is why I am so grateful for BSG giving us these private servers, Bunny. We do get to see the multiple perspectives of what is going on as our competitors face off against each other. Great kill there from the blue dude, picking up the tag from Apollo, and let's see if he has any loot for him as well.
Yeah, something else that I want to point out. Remember, these competitors do not have max strength. They do not have max endurance. They are running with limited stats. So it's always interesting to me when I see these competitors picking up one another's weapons to carry out. They don't get to keep these accounts, but it's one of those things where I'm like, I feel like maybe if you just grabbed the attachments and then ran off and ditched them somewhere, instead of carrying the entire weight of the gun, might be a little bit more beneficial to you. Do you agree with that?
I do, but you know, to be honest, these accounts that BSG has provided, kindly provided us with, they do come with 5 million rubles and a fair few dollars as well. So money isn't really an issue in this competition. Oftentimes, competing in a competition, you can spend 20 million rubles quite comfortably just for a couple hours competition. But looks like Sheaf is sneaking up this staircase here, just beside the blue dude. Do they know of each other's existence yet? It doesn't look like it. Oh!
Sheaf had no idea. The blue dude heard Sheaf come up the escalator and was just waiting, moving his stash around. That is just one of those things. People would so often yell, "Oh, I died to a camper." And it's like, you have no idea. The blue dude is just fixing his stash. He's like, okay, I got to move this around. I've got to pack these mags. I got to move these. And then Sheaf just happened to make a bit of noise around him, made him aware, and he was able to drop him with that shot. Unfortunate for the captain of Evasion, as War Pickle and K3 seemed to maybe be getting into it now, and they are fighting it out, quite possible.
Yeah, this is one of those peak fights that always makes me nervous. Both guys have a right-hand peak, so there's no advantage really for A. There looks like K3 is pushing forward. He only has a 20-round mag in that MDR, and that might be an issue here as War Pickle drops his backpack so he can move a little bit quicker.
War Pickle going on the aggressive here, getting to the truck, leaving his legs exposed, though. K3 extremely smart on how to take this fight. War Pickle's going to drop down and use that tire as cover, and now try to... Oh!
That was a kill from K3.
Oh! War Pickle dropped down, tried to use the tire as cover to get shots, but it was not his legs that was being blasted, it was his skull.
Good stuff from K3. He is cleaning up today. That is, I think, 4 player kills in 2 rounds so far. Lots of dog tags picked up there, and he hasn't even made it inside the mall yet, Bunny. He has not even had a chance to go in and start picking up those computer parts. He is just focusing on the PvP, which I love to see.
Very true. But PvP will only get you so far. They do need to move in and try to start getting any of these computer parts, because that is where the points are going to come from on this map. K3's battle mod did tell him that, like, you do know that there's other objectives besides murder, right?
I'm not sure he does now, Bunny.
Okay. We'll get confirmation to make sure the battle mod keeps him up to date and aware of that, Jeepo.
I do recommend people pay attention to Gingy's route here. She is known for finding ridiculous amounts of loot on Interchange. She's running that store that she's in right now is actually a phone store. You can find Summit 1G golden phones in there. You can find all sorts of loot in there. I feel like a lot of people don't check this side of the mall for gear. And she's slowly pushing her way down to Tech Light, where there's going to be more PC spawns as well.
Now, Snipes is over here in dark, I believe, just hanging out, trying to decide maybe the next move. Now, this is something you were bringing up, Jeepo, and I want to touch on a little bit, because as this is unfolding, as TARKOV is growing, a lot of the streamers and content creators that stream every single day and they have these routes like you're talking about, do we think that maybe starts to become detrimental? I mean, money is on the line now, and as this becomes bigger and bigger and these prize pools get bigger and bigger, people are going to start doing research, and a competitor could have easily done research on where she likes to route and set up to make sure to take her out. These are things that are going to start happening. Do you agree?
Indeed, and we've alluded to that already tonight, where our competitors are saying, oh, I just killed Jay Bebe because I know the gear that Jay runs, and I know that's his gear. So people are doing their research. This is no longer this sort of competition where you just run in and you know, I'll do my best. I'll run from here to there and hope for the best. No, we have routes are planned by these competitors. Gear is researched on your opposition. It is becoming very, very competitive out there. You don't just have to be a good shooter. Looking like the blue dude pushing up the stairs here while Gingy is in tech light.
Wait, is it DVD?
They are about to bump each other, I think, Bunny.
Gosh.
Oh, the blue dude's in an extremely strong position for anybody in tax. He's going to go ahead and take a shot and one taps her.
Are
What?
you kidding me?
What
What a shot by the blue dude.
Oof. Oof. I don't have a word other than oof right now, Bunny. Another fight.
Snipes going ahead and
it's
fighting.
Snipe.
It's. Oh my God, Jeepo. What is happening right now?
Oh, that huge backpack, I think, sort of giving away his position there a little bit. Snipe got the drop on Bubba, but Bubba got through the doorway, was able to clear himself, and then the really brave repeak, getting the kill, getting the dog tag, picking up all those computer parts. Two fantastic fights in, what, a 10-second period, Bunny? Oof.
Mm-hmm. Very, very much so. This is something that I do want to show and I do want to talk about real quick. We addressed this when we saw the blue do on laps. He was using an MDR, but now that he is on interchange, he has started rocking that beautiful M1A. And you can just see why he uses this gun. He is so comfortable with the M1A as he just reaches out and touches somebody with that long range sight. Oh, what a shot. One tap. Beautifully done.
Very, very clean. It does make me smile watching these guys loot each other, by the way, because these are, of course, competitive accounts. They will be disappeared right after the competition. So this gear doesn't mean a whole lot. They have so much money for the competition, but they can't help it, Bunny, can they? They got to get that loot.
Very, very true. They all seem to be min-maxing their loot even while in a competition. It's a habit that's hard in Tarkov, but you do want to make sure you have stuff just in case. You never know what could happen. One thing I do want to point out also is just look at some of the competitors where they're routing to, and they've already been hit. Folks are not messing around today. They have routes. They have ideas. They're moving. They know what they want. JBay's finding computers already opened.
Yeah, and as you can see, once you see that computer's open, you know someone's been through this area. It certainly puts you on the defensive. And speaking of loot, Bunny, just right now, we got a little bit of a lull. Guys, make sure you have your drops turned on. I just got a little bit of loot myself. I just pulled a free Ash 12, which I might run around on Factory with. Oh, a fight.
Oh, JBay and Bubba not dropping him with the first one. Jay's doing a little hop to get behind that pillar, going ahead and healing up to stop a couple of bleeds. I don't know if that would be the way that I would take it, but hey, you do what you need to survive. Jay's going to go ahead and peek out, but I believe it's going to be Bubba that comes out on top during this fight.
That
Those
angle,
two were...
Go ahead, Bunny.
Oh, go ahead. I was just going to point out these two competitors literally were in the competition together fighting it out yesterday, and now we see them both run into each other here on interchange.
Indeed, not for the first time, these two running into each other here. Jay's Mark IV Osprey took a huge hit at the initial start of that fight, and I think that just put him on the back foot, allowing the kill. And the blue dude just going down there to, I think, another competitor. Was it Mandini?
It was Mandini up top there, going ahead and grabbing the blue dude. This is what we talk about so much. These competitors, they can pick up kills, they can get points very quickly, but it doesn't matter if they are not still cautious while running around, because now, unfortunately, the only points the blue dude is walking out of with are the few that he got from the kills. No dog tag points, no bonus points, and that is it for him.
Great start to the round from the blue dude. Unlucky there. Great stuff from Mandini. We've seen Mandini do this all the way through this tournament. Come up with these clutch PvP kills at just the right time. And now he gets to profit from all of that tech loot in that backpack.
Very, very true. Now, something Something I'm curious about here, Jeepo. This upstairs area seems to be very, very detrimental to our competitors. Everybody who seems to go up here,
Damn.
besides Mandini, who's obviously the last man standing as of this moment up top, seems to die. But there's not a lot of tech loot up here. There's what, 2 or 3 PCs on the idea side. There's the tech, obviously the the Texo store or Tech Light. But other than that, like, what other tech is up here?
There's a few. There's that phone store at the Trend Escalator that I mentioned that Gingy was at earlier. There's also just picking up a scav kill there, Mandini. There's also the chance you might run into Killa, or at least get eyes on him from up here. There is the tourist shop on the corner that you can also find some tech spawns in. So there is tech spawns. I feel like, though, if you come up here, you're more thinking about clearing the map of competitors before you're thinking of loot. Downstairs, certainly from a perspective of building a PC, has more loot for this.
Well, as we tune in with It's Reefy going ahead and grabbing a bunch of loot here. This is a really smart play. Just play it safe. We know that there are about 40-something PCs on this map. So there are a lot of PCs to hit for tech loot, but like to your point, I mean, besides the travel store upstairs, the phones don't count. You know what I mean? They don't count towards the LAN party. So that's a danger. That's null and void. There's 3 computers, I believe, 3 computers inside of the travel thing, and then Tech Light. Like, I would not be up there at all, ever. I would stay as far away from upstairs as possible and just kind of play it slow and hit these back computers.
Indeed, indeed. Like, Interchange is my favorite map, so I would be hoping to come out of this with a huge score. So I would focus on getting the loot. There's so many computer parts available on this map. They're worth so many points. The bonus points is 3 for graphics cards and the like. Other standard parts are 1 point each. You can fill a bag and just get out, bunny. 3 points for extracting all those points in your bag. That seems, for me, to be the smart play. But
2 GPUs, right?
I'm not playing for a reason here, so it's interesting to see what these guys decide to do.
Very true. Look at Reefy's Gamma container, though. He has 2 GPUs, 2 SSDs, a PSU, some CPU fans, really racking it up here. I think he may be thinking about taking backpack extract and just saying, no, I'm good. I'm going to get out. But I also want to point out something very interesting that a lot of new players may not have realized what he did. Reefy has an extremely high KD in Escape from Tarkov. So much so that like he's very smart. So something he was doing, Reefy only likes to take right-hand peek fights. If he can't get to a right-hand peek fight, he doesn't really want to take it. And you saw that when he was in the door. He thought somebody was to his right. He didn't want to peek it with a left-handed peek because he knew it would expose him. So he just stuck his barrel out a couple of times over and over until nobody, to see if somebody would shoot at it. The moment nobody shot, then he ran as fast as he could to get into a safe position. Really smart. Not well known tactics. You guys could learn a lot from watching It's Reefy.
Indeed, and that's why I love this competition so much. You get to see people that you might not ordinarily get to see play Escape from Tarkov. You get to see their strategies, their angles, their routes, how they take fights. You get to listen to them break down their fights, which is fantastic as well. So K3 is just moving now along to the idea office. I don't think anybody's made it this far yet. We have seen that this side of the map is generally a little bit quieter just because there is fewer potential spawns here for computer parts. But of course, that does mean it may be unlooted for him, so there could be some bonus points in store here.
Very, very true. Well, while we have K3 up here, it's going to be K3, Mandini, and it's Bubba left on the map. They are all a little spread out, and it's all down to, let's see if we can't loot under 8 minutes left, Jeepo. Wonder what strategies and tactics they're going to take here, if they're going to play it a little bit slower, or if they are just going to sprint around like madmen, knowing that they don't have a lot of time left.
I think my strategy would be avoiding any potential killer spawns right now, and I think K3 has decided that might be a smart strategy as well. He didn't go out the front of office towards the checkout area. There is a graphics card spawn in that area. It's sort of unknown. You do find tech there fairly commonly, but Killa has been known to wander around in that checkout area, Bunny, and I'm not sure about you, but I don't have a good time with Killa this wipe, so smart from him to avoid the fight, I think.
Killa is the only boss that I don't have an issue with. It's only Sturman. Sturman is the only boss I ever have an issue with. I hate that man more than anything in the world. But I want to point out what Mandini was just doing there. He decided to go into National and go ahead and check all of those cabinets, because as you know, SSDs and things like that can spawn in there, and that's a really smart play. We haven't seen that before.
Yeah, a national store that he's in right now, or was in when he was looting those, has a huge amount of those cabinets in a very small area. So you can certainly, increase the opportunities of finding often hard drives and the like right there. And I think it looks like K3 is considering checking if the car is here at Power. That would be a good shout. There's, of course, more tech loot spawns in the Power building as well.
That is true. Depending on if somebody spawned at Power, they could have gone ahead and hit those computers. It's a very early, hey, let me grab some loot if I can. It's Bubba all the way out here at the road. Interesting. I mean, there's no friendly scavs for him to take that extract with. There's also not really a lot of tech out here, but maybe he's just trying to play it very safe with some interesting spots.
Yeah. Very safe route right there. I think he's kind of just doing the let my stamina come back. As we said earlier, these are not their usual accounts. These guys do not have elite stamina and strength. They have level 25 strength and stamina, a little bit less than I suspect they're used to at this stage of the life. So they do have to monitor that carefully. Damien as well in chat reminding me that A3 has in fact already checked Power and the car. Thank you, Damien, one of our battle mods here. That's vision.
So much, guys. Once again, welcome and thank you for joining us here for the NA Solo Championship. Last round, these competitors are fighting it out for that prize money. But if you're enjoying the show, don't worry, because guess what? Next weekend, we're going to do it all again with our EU folks. So be sure to follow us here at Evasion. Make sure you follow us on Twitter also to stay up to date on all of the big announcements we have for you going forward, because we have some big announcements coming up.
Indeed, watch this space, get on our website, follow that calendar. And just as we're doing that, Bubba finding a sneaky little flash drive. That is 3 bonus points, if I remember correctly. I like this extract, Bunny. I love this extract because you have 4 stashes in a very close area, 5 stashes in a very close area. I can't count. And each stash, of course, has a chance of spawning just that extra little bit of computer loot as you're close to extract. And I don't know about you, but I'd be grabbing all of those points before I get out of here.
Oh, 100%. I love the stashes that are just lined up for you as you're leaving to an extract. They're just easy to hit, bonus little stops. But they can also be dangerous because they are on the path to the extract and somebody else may just be strolling up. But it's Bubba has decided to wait. 3 minutes left on the clock, maybe just saying, hey, are there any competitors coming this way? Are you guys moving towards extract? I'm here.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get some shots, checking the window. I don't know about that, Jeepo. I think I'd be getting out.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more risk adverse. It's a good strategy. We have seen this before where you sort of, a few minutes left, you think, I'll take that extra minute just in the chance that I get to have a shot at one of my competitors. It could be huge if you get the chance. Of course, you could get dropped on as well. I personally, you know what? I'm so close to extract. I'm gonna keep going another 45 seconds. Get to extract, get out, call it quits, and be happy with the points I've racked up here.
As we take a look here at K3, I think K3 may have decided to go ahead and take backpackless extract. Went ahead and getting out with any of the points that he has already rocked up. But we do see Mandani not far off up top shooting some scavs. And it looks like, oh, he heard the shot from Mandini. Does he decide to take this fight? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to take that fight or not.
I don't know. It looks like Mandini crossing the road and not getting shot at, moving
just
towards
hope
the
all those
regular
people's tags that I
Emercom
had had
extract.
Emercom
Thank you,
extract.
Twitch, for the little hiccup there. But we are
let's just
back,
hope for
chat.
that. Okay,
And it
chat?
looks like Mandini has slowed down. He's gonna take that peak. And I
So
think K3,
K3
he had no backpack, Bunny. I think he's gonna get out.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. K3 saying, "Hey, I'm good. I'm not gonna take this." That is a smart choice. We see this so many times where people just they take fights because it's a fight. We all like PvP, but sometimes you're in a competition. You've got to say, you know what? No, I'm good. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna risk those points, those survival points, or anything like that, Jeepo.
Yeah, you have a backpack filled with 20 to 30 points of tech loot, and you get to build your own PC. We all know how hard it is to get parts these days, Bunny. Then I think I'm getting out with what I got. I'm not risking an extra PMC kill and some dog tags for 30 odd points. It's not worth it, in my opinion.
Very, very
anything, if I
true.
die, this
I
person's not
don't
getting
know
these
what
tags. I
Mandini
will
is
wait
doing.
till last
1
second.
minute left on the clock. He
I will
needs
not
to
let this
move
person
towards
get more
extract,
points off of
though.
me besides
We've
getting my
seen a
dog
couple
tag,
of MIAs.
or,
We
like,
don't
no,
want to
not even
see
get my dog,
another
just
one
the kill.
in this
Like, I'm not letting
competition.
them.
No.
Guys, if you want to keep
Hopefully.
up to date on the scoreboards,
You're not letting
make
me
sure
do
you head
something
over to
in this corner,
escapefromtarkov.com
Don't do this to
/evasion. Hit the drop down up at the top and go down towards the championship, or just click the link in chat under exclamation leaderboard.
Now, I am squirming in my seat here. We have seen those MIAs, Bunny. We actually talked about this yesterday. We rarely see MIAs in this competition for years and seasons worth now. And we had a couple yesterday alone. Now, Mandini did say he's going to wait the last second to try and deny other people points. He's going to try and clear this extract. But this makes me so nervous, Bunny. We've seen people make really basic mistakes that cost them positions in this final today, where 1 second was all it took for them to get out with a bucket load of points or no points. And I think he's going to make it. He is.
Baby.
We can relax, everybody. Whew.
He is, oh man, after that raid, like you did say before, we saw a competitor yesterday not make it out by 1 second. He had mistimed it, and it cost him a lot. But with that being said, I mean, we just saw some amateur computer builders. They didn't really build the best computers there. They were missing a lot of parts, but they were good at slaying. So let's take a look at a real person who can actually build a computer right now. And welcome back, Jeepo. That computer actually looked like it could play games, unlike what the competitors brought out. I believe I saw 3 hard drives from 1996 in Reefer's back pocket as he was leaving. I think that they were a max of 512 megabytes even. Like, they weren't that great at all. But let's take a look and see if those points helped him jump up on the leaderboard. Tell us where everybody is standing, Jeepo.
Indeed. And Chusky didn't have a fantastic round there, got taken out fairly early on, sitting still at 55 points, but he got all of those in that labs raid, so still sitting comfortably in that number 1 slot. We have Snipex in second on 34 points. Mandini moving up to 3rd place on 30 points. Right behind him, though, it's Bubba on 29. Gingy right behind that on 28 as well, getting taken out in that raid by the blue dude. And then we have Warpickle TTV on 23, Reefy right behind on 22, and you can see the rest of the scores here. It is exceptionally close. Now, we do still, Bunny, unbelievably, have, after 2 maps, 3 of our competitors on 0 points. So they must be getting a little bit nervous, 0 points. But we've seen this before, and we've seen them come from those last places right up to the top 3, even in the last map alone.
Very, very true. A lot of points on the board for our competitors, but they need to start focusing on survival over fights, especially going into our next map. Now, this is something that a lot of the competitors were very apprehensive of when they initially read the card, and they were like, "Wait, stashes on Shoreline? We're not going into the resort." And that is exactly what is about to happen. But with that being said, every one of these stashes is the possibility of 3 points. Some people could, I mean, if they just hit 10 stashes and got out, didn't take any fights and played it extremely safe, that's 30 points. That would instantly jump them to where 3rd place is right now. So I really hope our competitors did their research. Jeepo, tell the people at home what we are about to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are going to Shoreline on a daytime raid with a 25-minute timer. Jaeger has hidden Fierce Hatchling Moonshine in his stashes. The Moonshine can be used for either the special benefits they give, and for those asking, they give you more endurance and more strength and a few other little perks, or you can extract with those moonshines for 3 points each. Kill any scav or PMC in your way for points. Multiple moonshines may be looted. You can bring any loadout you wish. However, no Reap IRs, no flares, no T7s. You get 1 point per scav, 1 point per PMC, 2 points for dog tags on extract, 3 points for extracting, and 3 points for a moonshine. And we have seen people pull out, as you've sort of alluded to, Bunny, up to 10 moonshines quite easily on these raids. But interestingly for me, I did a little bit of research this week. I was watching some of our competitors putting in practice. A lot of these guys are Giga Chads. They did not know where the stashes are. We had some people say they don't know more than 3 or 4 stashes on Shoreline. There are 43 stashes on this map, Bunny. How do you go about learning those in just a couple of days? I do not know. What would your strategy be, Bunny?
Well, I mean, luckily I am not like these Giga Chads in the sense of I know where the stashes are. I use the stashes, especially early wipe, to make a lot of money very, very quickly. So it's one of those things where I'm kind of experienced in the stashes. But for me, if it was one of those things that I was learning, I would 100% figure out a route that I could easily follow, that's safe, effective, and I am comfortable with, and use that route. I don't need all 43 stashes, but I need enough to get me a lot of points. As we see Sheaf running around, unfortunately missing a stash. Is going to be in between the 2 bushes to your left, Sheaf. No, it's not on the wall. It's it's in the bushes.
Oh gosh.
He's running.
Yeah,
he's ran past it.
One of those
there's
Giga Chads
stash over here
absolutely
somewhere.
slays bodies, but as we can see, doesn't quite know where those stashes are. This is what we're talking about. These guys are huge PvP players, but not necessarily the looters that you and I would be, Bunny. I don't put us in those Giga Chad categories at all. And Sheaf is under a little bit of pressure here. 0 points on the board right now. But actually, I think he's had a fantastic spawn, because if you look at that bottom right corner, you see Apollo over near the swamp. There's a huge amount of death and destruction being happening over there because of the high concentration of stashes. I think Sheaf spawns a little quieter, a little safer, and might be where you want to be here.
Very, very true. Now Gingy is on the opposite side of Sheaf. If Sheaf kept pushing that way, he would see her. Now, something I do want to note, though, about Sheaf GG specifically is Sheaf is an amazing combination of what we would call a Giga Chad. He slays out. He is crazy good at the game, but he is also one of the best looters in the game. I mean, this is the man who got, first to 1 billion, but it's one of those situations where most players find a map that they're comfortable looting. They know the loot routes, they know the loot tables, and they know where they like to get the money. And Customs is that map for Sheaf, not obviously Shoreline.
No, and it does look like he is circling back to try and find the stash. He feels the pressure a little bit. He knows how important the stash is. There may be more than 1 moonshine in here, and he wants to secure it. Meanwhile, Gingy She is someone who also is known for her luck and her good looting. She's running around, looking over here by, I think she's moving back to that place I hate the most on this map, Bunny. She's moving back to that scav rock. Those
Chief
guys are
is
more
so-
cracked than any other scavs.
He's so close to the stash, but he just keeps going right past it. It is to his right, in between two bushes. This is a very awkward stash. A lot of people don't realize it is in between two bushes on the ground in the open. It's not actually in a bush. So he is trying to find it, but to no avail here. He just needs to go back a little bit further in between the two bushes. You want to look for the tower on his right. So there's that tower on his right, and the rocks to his left. It's going to be in the middle of those along the wall. Just a little bit further.
And
No.
as much, nearly so close. Keep going. As much as this is humorous, and we can have a wry smile as we watch these Giga Chads struggling to find these stashes, he is burning a lot of time here, and J Bebe just goes down. Was that Mandini? We're just gonna see his perspective. Oh, Bunny, that is huge. Yesterday's winner.
I just figured. Yeah, I guess
Going down
maybe
to
it was-
M62 from Mandini. J Bebe not having much luck today, unfortunately.
As we jump over to Chusky here, taking a shot at a couple of
That was kind
scavs.
of like a
I
weird
wonder if
little
Chusky hit the stash that's
entourage.
back behind him to the left. He has decided to switch over to that beautiful M1A here, going for a lot longer range shots. So you definitely want something that's going to throw out those heavier bullets at faster velocity from longer range. Like to see it. Whereas Gingy has opted for the SR25, and Warpickle not far off, I believe.
Indeed, and Warpickle taking damage here. Just got hit center mass. I think this might be Gingy. He is still alive. He's pushed around that rock. He's in the safe space. He's in that little crack between the rocks here. Gonna try and get that Propital, get some quick heals. Looks like he took a headshot and bounced it as well, Bunny. That is M62 being M62. Probably wouldn't have happened with M61. Hashtag best ammo. Rocking a G20 hit, by the way. You love to see it.
This is one of the top tier guns for me this wipe, the G28. I love it. I know Gingy loves it, so it's very surprising for me to see the SR25 come out. Maybe a cost because the G28 is very, very expensive. So Warpickle deciding though, hey, we're in the championship. I'm going to throw what I think's best out and see how it unfolds. She did get some shots on him, but has lost where he went. He found a nice little recovery spot over here in between these rocks behind this bush.
He did, and I wonder if that's going to come back to bite Gingy later, that she didn't confirm that kill. However, looks like she's got a strategy, which is not push the PvP, focus on the task at hand, get those moonshines. That served her very, very well yesterday with that high score of 107 points in qualifiers. So let's see how that pans out as we join SnipeX over here, looking for the stash by this broken down house, which has already been looted. Interesting.
Now, from what I can tell, it doesn't seem like that. It's Bubba is that far off, though. Maybe to the left a little bit. They seem to be very close to one another, with Mandini also circling the village. 3 competitors super close, with Snipes going ahead and taking a look over towards that boat, seeing if anybody might be out there. Now, something to note, though, nobody wants to cross that boat to go get the stash out on the island.
Yeah, you know what? It's cost benefit, and I don't think there's any benefit to running out there, Bunny. That's a very, very risky move.
Lots of slow play here. Lots of it, Jeepo. They're very tactical and slow in this. Now another stash that's being passed up is the one that is on the little, it's the little land bridge that jets into the pond out in front of the cottages there. And nobody ever seems to want to hit that one either, because it does put you in an awkward position because you only have one way in and one way out. It's like a smaller version of Scav Island.
It is, and you've got all those nice ridges and spine and mini spine and everything looking at you, and the hills of eyes, Bunny. I don't think that's worth it either. I think these guys are all of the same mindset right now, which is we're going to focus on finding the moonshines, ignoring the PvP, we desperately need to survive. We still have 4 competitors on 0 points, and they just want to get off the board and running.
Exactly. And it's so important right here. We talk about this over and over. Survival is important. Playing tactically is important, especially there's only 3 maps left. This one and 2 others. So you are trying to survive. You are trying to listen. You're trying to just stay alive and get out with all of these points, because this could be the deciding factor of if you're in the money or if you're out.
Indeed, and when we say we're playing slow, that is absolutely a compliment. This is how BSG envisaged this game to be played. It is meant to be a tactical shooter. We're not shift Wing around corners and peeking and jiggle peeking. Those days of Tarkov are thankfully behind us, in my opinion. This is about playing this game slowly with strategy, thought out movements between cover, not standing in the open looking for scav headshots 200 meters away. And I personally love to see the game played this way. I think it's much, much smarter, much better viewing.
Exactly. Testing more of Sheaf's knowledge here as he moves towards possibly more stashes. He wants to stay on the outside. Somebody who is known for taking fights, playing it a lot slower than normal. But Chusky is in that same line, that same pathway of hitting those stashes. Chusky did miss. I don't think he hit the one that's on this house. He's looking for it, but it's on the back left-hand corner. He just needs to go back around. It's towards the little broken down side and grab that stash. But Chusky doing a great job about grabbing stashes. Looks like they're all playing it smart here.
And as much as they are all playing it smart, inevitably, some of these guys are going to bump into each other. Shoreline is a huge map, but they are going to bump into each other at some point. And at that point, playing smart might go out the window. They're going to be forced into a PvP engagement they might not necessarily want to take.
I love it so much. Chusky missing one of the stashes over there. It is one of the hardest stashes I've this is my that side is my run stashes. And that one by the downed UAV, like I forget where it's at all the time, that I've just excluded it from my run. I'm like, I don't ever remember where it's at, but it's right over there by the downed UAV. You can see him kind of looking for it, and then was just like, I'm good. I'm gonna pat. While Mandini is looking over sniper field, open shots on anybody that may decide to step into it.
Yeah, and we did see this a lot this weekend in the semifinals, the 4 different semifinals we had here. There was a huge amount of murder happening in this swamp area and the surrounding hills as people go in. Very risky strategy. There are a lot of stashes down in that swamp, though. I don't think I would go, Bunny. I like to keep my feet dry. They're wet in real life where I live all the time. I'm gonna stay off these swamps. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the things. If I had spawned on this side, I would be pushing away from it as fast as possible, especially because I know so many other competitors spawn in a tight-knit group right there that I don't want to get into it. But it looks like Chusky and the blue dude may be getting into it over here as they go ahead and pop stims. Chusky's chest is absolutely destroyed. And because of that, the blue dude takes advantage and drops him beautifully with that little point fire. Love to see it there.
Great stuff. Little M1A action on each other there. And interesting to see Chusky take that adrenaline, which gives you a quick burst of healing and also lowers the recoil in the fight.
Now,
and it looks like K3 and Gingy moving to each other here, Bunny.
Oh, Gingy getting shot and goes down to K3. Using the MDR, finds her in his sights, goes ahead and lights her up. Great control, because that MDR has a tendency to kick a lot, and he is not using anything to really reduce the recoil.
Indeed. So, and actually, just while that happened, it looks like Bubba just killed Snipes as well. So we did say they can try and be cautious as much as they want and focus on those moonshines, but all of a sudden, we are getting into PvP action, and Sheaf is just further ahead of K3. Heard that fight behind him. He's turned around now, looking for the other player. We're going to see a little bit more here, Bunny.
See if Sheaf can go ahead and get sights on this body. Maybe take a shot onto K3. K3 doing very, very well this tournament. So Sheaf is hoping to get some kills here. He wants to pick up these moonshines. wants these dog tags. He's looking.
Needs to get off the ground and get some points here. He's in a great spot. He's got a nice position. He is prone to lower that recoil. He heard this. He has every advantage here. He just needs to get that first shot. There he is.
Oh, there it is. Cheapo, like you said, he needs the first shot. Finds K3 running out into the open. K3's gun's down because you see, as K3 goes down, that is when he spotted him. If he hadn't been running there, he would have been able to get his gun up faster and maybe given Sheaf a run for his money. But unfortunately for him, Sheaf slays out.
Tough for K3. We've seen a few times that today. He's managing to take PvP, do very, very well, but then getting picked off before he manages to extract. Great stuff there from Sheaf. Finding some more moonshines as well, picking up what the other guys had already looted for him. This could be a huge round from him. I love to see people using positioning like that and using the prone mechanics to lower that recoil and wait for the ambush. That was great stuff. Definitely my style of play.
Yeah, it's something that so many new people to the Tarkov community don't understand because they have a tendency to want to emulate people who are way more experienced in the game, and they don't realize that, hey, slowing down, stopping, getting into a prone position, or laying down is going to reduce your recoil and allow you to get cleaner shots on your adversaries. And it just does not happen because so many new people come in, they see very experienced players running around, jumping, doing these things, and they're like, oh, I can do that. It's like this other game, but it's so much more than that here in Tarkov.
It is. And you and I spent a lot of time yesterday talking about how timing is proven to be very important in this competition. And Sheaf actually cleared the position that K3 and Gingy got into a fight in about 30 seconds before them, and they both came along behind him. So if he had been 30 seconds slower, spent a little bit more time looking for that first dash, for example, he might have been the one to get picked off by K3 instead of Gingy. So these things, the timing is, as always in Tarkov, super, super important. And here we have Reefy now sitting over, looking out by the island, deciding what his next move is going to be. I don't see very many moonshines, though, Bunny.
I don't see any moonshines, but Reefy deciding to make a push while pushing up behind. He has no idea. Did Mandini hear or see that? Wait, I think they hear each other.
He did. The timing, we did just talk about the timing.
Mandini's gonna see him.
He took shots. Is it gonna be a kill?
I think I bank it. I'm gonna try at least.
No, Reefy's still up in this fight.
Oh, this is big. This is huge. This is huge. Do you try to talk your way out, Bunny? Do you VoIP it?
There is no VoIP. There is no friendship. There is no talking your way out of this when money is on the line in the championship. Everybody is fighting it out. We are not friends. We need the money.
Oh, this is tense. Oh, and it looks like Mandini goes down as Reefer. Ooh, look at that impact on the back of the ambulance. Oh, yes.
Gosh.
Reefy with...
I talk about so much with Reefy. Reefy does not... He does not feel comfortable in.
No, that was a fantastic... Look at how Reefy took that fight. He actually was at a disadvantage from the off. He got the... Mandini got the jump on Reefy there. He had the first shots. He didn't put him down. He did hit his center mass and damage his body armor, however. But Reefy using grenades to reposition behind that ambulance and using just a really good push to get Mandini out in the open between bushes where he was easy to spot and get the kill. Great stuff from Reefy. That could so easily have went the other way, and he is jinking his way to extract. Pure paranoia setting in as he gets out of this map and secures the points. Great stuff from Reefy. Woo!
Very, very good stuff. Yeah, like I said, he just doesn't ever want to take fights that he doesn't feel comfortable in, and he will reposition 1,000 times until he feels comfortable that he can win that fight. Great, great stuff. As the blue dude and War Pickle are up on the screen, don't think they're fighting each other yet, maybe. War Pickle definitely hears somebody running up above him.
Yeah, deciding to slow the pace here, use everything at his advantage that he can, using the audio. Blue Dude is looking over at the pier buildings, moving quickly now, and I think Warpickle's gonna be behind him if he keeps this route up. Here's him running away. Being very cautious. Warpickle wanting to pick up these points desperately at this stage. Loving that G28 bunny. I keep talking about it. That gun is so good.
Oh, the blue dude goes down, takes the headset off, and walks away. We've all been there. He had no idea the shots were coming in from behind. Warpickle picking up a clean, beautiful shot there. Love to see that from Warpickle. Now Sheaf. Is Sheaf in it also?
Sheaf is at Drunk Tank underneath the bridge. It looks like he just hit that stash over by Power. I think he's going to run up here, check the stash, see if there are any scavs to pick off. I'm wondering if he heard that Warpickle fight. That is a suppressed G28, but it's still quite loud, and it is only about 100 meters off to Sheaf's left down by the water, so he may be aware of that. He is running the other way. There is a scav on that bridge in front of him as well.
Well, if that scav shoots, yeah, it's gonna make noise. I don't think he heard that fight. Even with the amount of noise that the G28 makes, I still feel like it would have been too suppressed for Sheaf to actually hear. But you never know. But Sheaf is doing a great job of stopping those scavs from making too much noise. Besides the yells, as long as shots don't go off, competitors will not know that he was there. And Warpickle does not seem to be aware or care as he goes for his tag.
Indeed. So grabbing the tags, grabbing some new body armor, checking the body for some moonshines as well. Great stuff from him. Exceptionally patient, very, very smart. He heard the blue dude sprinting up that hill, taking shots into the pier area, and he just bided his time, waited for an opportunity to strike and guarantee the kill. Fantastic Tarkov play from me. This is the type of Tarkov that I love to see, where people are using their brains as well as their brawn.
Now, don't forget, this is something we haven't really seen from any competitors, is those moonshines do give you buffs. So you could be using those to increase your strength, your endurance, or things like that, but that would cost you 3 points in this round if you did that.
Indeed, and we did see some competitors needing to resort to that yesterday, where they were out of energy, they were exhausted, and they had to drink a couple of moonshines just to get them safely through to extract. Hopefully nobody has to burn points this way today, but there is only 5 minutes left in this raid. It looks like Sheaf is saying, you know what, guys? I'm going to start moving towards this extract. Now, do you think Lighthouse extract is the way to go, or do you go for the tunnel here? Both have their advantages and disadvantages, Bunny.
They do both have their advantages and disadvantages. One of the biggest disadvantages when you're moving towards the Lighthouse extract is those cracked scavs by the rock. They have a tendency to be a little bit, you know, their aim is well practiced, we'll say.
I think that's a very diplomatic way to put it. Sheaf looks like he is redeeming himself, knowing about some of the lesser known stashes. Looked like he was pushing that stash in the corner there of the blue construction area beside the cabins. As we join Warpickle on the big screen, moving
risky to hit
back towards the new extract, which I low-key love this new extract, Bunny. I find it very, very safe. I don't really seem to run into anybody in this corner, and there are multiple stashes on the way here for him to hit.
What I would do. Nope, already hit.
I mean, it's very smart of him to check these stashes, but they are very well known. There's going to be a couple of stashes on each route that a lot of people know about. They know where to check. It's about the knowledge of the ones that may not
go for more,
be as well known.
But at this point,
and I believe it may have been Sheaf was the one that went through all of these stashes. Sheaf playing it extremely smart to go ahead and get a bunch of points back by just getting stashes. Really interesting from him, knowing, hey, I'm not taking any fights. I just want to get my stashes. I want to get my bonus points, and I want to get out.
What was he doing all the way up here?
Absolutely, Bunny. Absolutely. And
Yeah,
what
like,
is
yes,
interesting is right now, chat, left on this map, we have three
They go up
competitors.
that
We
high
have
now.
Pickle, Sheaf, and Apollo. That is the 7th
Apparently.
place, the 10th place, and the 11th place left on this map. Everyone else is out or dead, which means there is potentially huge swings about to happen in this score as we hear War Pickle's battle mod. Giving him some much needed words of advice and encouragement, I am sure. Big
Where me
shout
and
out to
Gingy
all
almost
our
ran
battle
into
mods
each other
here
last time.
at Evasion.
Yeah, much love to them. For anybody that may not know at home, with the CCP temporary extract being removed, it was an extract that was up every once in a while in your raids. You had to
Not
look
a
for the
smart
light
route
on the
to run.
ground because the light up top didn't actually shine properly sometimes, unless it was raining or dark out. So they moved that extract
point
over
in the
to the
raid.
left where they added an extension bridge. And if you go towards the bridge along the water, you can actually extract out of there. It is a very safe extract and very useful because there are, like Jeepo said, a bunch of stashes over here.
Yeah, two of the lesser known stashes on this map I find. And actually, we did see even yesterday people extracting without hitting the stashes right beside the extract because they just were not aware of their existence. And I made me scream a little bit inside. I'm not gonna lie, Bunny.
I have a hard time every single time we run this one because I just see people running by stashes and I'm like, oh no, please go back and get that. Oh, you missed it. No, please. And it just breaks my heart every single time. But these competitors are making points. They are doing what they the best that they can to their knowledge base. Because I mean, like, you know, it's one of those things. You don't know what you don't know.
Indeed. And you know, I suck at Shoreline. I am an interchange main. I certainly suck going inside the resort, but even outside, I know where to shoot people from. I don't know where all these stashes are. But as we have seen multiple times this weekend, 1 or 2 points has proved to be very, very decisive. Looks like War Pickle does know where one of these stashes is. He's going to hit that one. It's already hit, Bunny. He's going to potentially move towards the other one. We'll keep an eye on that in the bottom corner. As Sheaf moves towards extract, we'll keep an eye and make sure he gets out safely as well. Huge round from Sheaf. Player kills, dog tags, and lots of moonshine.
That is what we like to see. War Pickle going ahead and using that new extract, getting out. Chief going to be the last man on the map with 20 seconds left. It looks like looks like everybody's good. Everybody's safe.
I'll take it.
It is crazy what we just saw there because so many of the top people went out. You know, I was not expecting that at all. I mean, this is what it's about. Here's the thing about the scoreboards and how these competitors are playing. You're going to see a lot more tactical gameplay. You're going to see slower gameplay. You're going to see a lot more decision making because shift Wing in this competition is going to cost you the money. And let's talk about that real quick because once again, we want to show so much love to Battle State Games. They are sponsoring the prize pool that we are giving away today. Remember, first, second, and third will all be winning money. So the competitors are vying for those top spots. Can we get some much love into BSG? Because first place today will be taking $1,500 home. I mean, $1,500, that's a good chunk of money. I mean, you could use that on buying a new Stintz built computer. I don't know what you would use it on, but $1,500 is a lot of money. For second, we have $1,000, and for third, $500, all sponsored by Battle State Games. You guys don't understand how much they give back to this community, how much they love us, and how much they put so much work into this, guys. You have no idea. So much love to everybody at Battle State. Thank you for sponsoring. Thank you for donating that money. We do appreciate it. But with that being said, Jeepo, throw the scores up on the screen. Let's see where our competitors are sitting.
We shall, and we have had some pretty big changes, but still sitting in number 1 spot is Chusky. However, Chusky has only managed 2 points in the last 2 raids. He had 55 after the first. He's sitting at 57 now. It's Bubba coming right up behind him at 53 here. Warpickle TTV at 45, being very, very consistent. Just behind, though, is It's Reefy on 41, followed by Snipex on 34, Mandini on 31, Gingy on 29, so falling back a little bit from her top 3 out of the first raid. Sheaf moving from joint last up to 8th place with a 28-point raid right there. K3U getting unlucky in 9th. Apollo OC down in 10th with 16 points. The Blue Dude with 6 points. And J Bebe, now the only competitor, very, very unlucky for him to still be on 0 points. But we have seen multiple times this weekend, and even just today, one big raid can move these things around. And Chusky, 55-point raid, and pretty much no points in the last 2 maps, Bunny. Just goes to show you how much this can swing in one map.
It truly can. And something I want to point out also is Chusky did the same exact thing in his semifinals round. He racked up 58 points or 57 points on labs. He didn't get another point until the last raid where he got 1 and managed to secure 3rd. So he played it smart. He got a lot of points in a early big map in a big way, but the competitors have kind of figured out where to get points now since then in these other maps, as we just saw with Sheaf jumping up 28 points in one raid. We have 2 maps left and a lot of points. Now, the next map, though, may have a bunch of points on the board, but they're limited because there are only so many guards and only 1 Rashala and 1 golden TT pistol. Jeepo, tell the people at home what is about to happen with the boss's treasure.
Indeed, we are off to customs during the daytime with yet again a 25-minute limit. We have seen some huge scores come out of this. Lots and lots of PvP. Some really interesting strategies with that key as well, Bunny. The guys are off to customs. Rashala has stashed his golden TT in the new gas station office. You must kill Rashala somewhere near the construction site to get his key and go to new gas office to find his stashed golden TT and extract with it. You can, of course, bring any loadout you wish to bring except your Reap IR, your Flare, and no T7s either. You get 1 point for a scav kill, 1 point for a PMC, 2 points for those dog tags on extract, 5 points for Rashala, 2 points for each guard kill for killing his boys, 3 points for extracting, and a huge 10 points for getting that golden TT. Now, sometimes, Bunny, nobody manages to get the golden TT, and that is an intentional choice. People are making sure that their competitors cannot take that key, and they're making decisions like, you know what, I've got enough points, I'm taking the key, I'm leaving so no one else can get those 10 points. I'm happy with what I got. We've also seen some competitors this weekend, like Trey24K on Friday, go from pretty much 0 points to in the money positions by having a huge raid here on customs. So this could still go absolutely anyway.
That is very, very true. We 100% said that because Trey did. He really did. And then we saw Gingy also during her run make so many points here. This map is capable of swinging scores in a very, very unique way, but a lot of the competitors are going to be hoping that those top 3 go down so that can happen for them. It's also going to come down to spawns, because as we saw yesterday with J Bebe instantly got a great spawn, pushed Rashala, pushed the guards, got some kills, got the key, and got out before anybody. And then because he was in the lead going into this map, was going to go to the gas station, but then decided not to, and decided to say, hey, I'm just going to deny these points across the board. I'm the leader. I get to choose. As we tune in with the Apollo, going ahead and popping one of those moonshines from the last raid to get the benefits of it. This is something we've seen a lot more competitors doing, Jeepo, going forward.
Indeed it is. You know, a man after my own heart. Any weekend where I get some moonshine, Bunny, that's a good weekend for me. As he moves, this is an interesting spawn. We've seen some of the competitors spawn in places that are quite uncomfortable for this task at hand, and they've decided, you know what, I'm actually going to push backwards away from where I am first, clear out the rear of the map, and then push in towards what is going to be a very busy area. As we can see here, Blue Dude pushing straight into that gas area. Let's see what happens as he pushes in.
As he pushes along here, going ahead. This could be dangerous, though, because other people are going to be spawning, and a lot of folks are going to want to push straight over to Stronghold to try to go ahead and pick up Rashala and the guards. I think you hear somebody.
You hear something. You hear something, buddy.
Oh,
he
he's
does.
lighting him up through the trees. Did he get him?
MDR. He got him.
Cheapo!
Ooh, that is K3. K3 is down. He is having such bad luck today. He is getting kills tonight, but he has not managed to extract, I think, once yet in this competition today. Great kills from the blue dude. Again, that 308 MDR on full auto up close, Bunny, is very hard to deal with. That is great stuff from him.
That right there shows audio is just so important in Tarkov. Blue dude able to track him without actually being able to see him, using the audio once he was aware that he could actually spray this down and it wasn't on the other side of the wall, lit him up and got that kill. Now Chusky is in an interesting location. He has decided to go to dorms.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of dorms play this weekend, but then there's not really a lot of reason to go in here. We know the boys in Rashala are not in here. Other competitors probably not here. However, it does give you a nice advantage to have the high ground looking over Hill 1 and listening for audio. You can always push out of this building very, very quickly, Bunny, so it's not a bad strategy from Chusky here.
I feel like no one's going to be coming that way. They'll go all push through construction likely.
We do hear Brian, one of our battle mods, giving Chusky his opinion on where he should be.
Very, very important information there. Chusky's just trying to use anything as we tune in with Mandini, going ahead and getting shots across the river. Can't tell if that may be a player that he's shooting at the bush or a scav. Hard to tell, but Warpickle is right in that area. We'll be hearing those impacts raining near him. Now, this is a very different option for Mandini because in the last raid that he was on this map, he spawned on the other side by the boilers and just hung out over there and waited for people to push back to him. But this time he doesn't have that luck or option.
No, so much of this is dependent on your spawn and where you start on the map. And for those of you joining us late, you can get the scores updated at escapefromtarkov.com/evasion as we watch Snipex here getting rounds on him. He's in a world of hurt here, Bunny.
Arm. He's got a heavy bleed. He's dropping into the bush, trying to find where those tracers are coming from. Tracers are great. He lines him up and shots him with one tap to the head. What a shot. He just dropped Bubba, I believe, Jeepo.
Fantastic. Look how calm he was. He took rounds and he stayed calm. He got into at least a position of concealment as we join Sheaf here, killing a couple of scavs.
Damn, okay. What?
Wow, Bunny. Great
That's
reaction
hard.
to getting shot at there.
Very good reaction here. The blue dude looks like he had gotten Rashala. That is the key. It is in the container. No one else can get the key now. The blue dude playing this so smart, locking that key away, and is now going to push over to the gas station because he is not in the lead. He is in a bad way, but he's running right into Sheaf's gun. Sheaf gets him! But Sheaf doesn't. Oh, no, nobody knows.
Oh my. Oh, Sheaf's not getting hit. Is that another competitor, Bunny, or is that a scav lighting up Sheaf here? He did take a big shot to the chest. Gonna get that Grizzly up. It looks like that was Apollo moving in from the flank here. We have everybody converging at this construction area.
Everyone is slamming down on this. Sheaf is on the other side of the blue wall. Apollo is in between them. Reefy closing in. Reefy gonna go ahead and look for this shot. Finds it on him and drops Apollo with some simple head taps over here. Gonna spray him down as we see from Reefy's point of view. Gets the kill. Reefy does not know that Sheaf is here, I think. He has no idea that Sheaf is still in the area.
Yeah, and Sheaf is fully aware. He heard that fight go down. He's had time to heal up to get his chest back to full health. He is now being very, very cautious, waiting for Reefy to get that loot. He is sitting in a position of concealment where he can look the whole way down by old construction and keep an eye at that run through underneath the sniper scav. So he's in a very, very advantageous position right here.
Sheaf has to be very careful because I don't think Sheaf understands that 2 competitors just died in between him and Reefy. The sandwich is going to be complete though. Gingy is over on the other side, or is she in power? I believe she is in the power building.
She is in power, yes, indeed. Meanwhile, she breaks concealment. A bold choice here to leave a position of concealment, be hanging out in the open. He's holding a left-hand peek here as he moves towards those portaloos. He's trying to find the body that he killed. He just caught Reefy. He just saw him moving right to left here. Is he chasing him? He is. He's pushing hard towards the glass area.
Reefy is going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage on the
Look at
side of
Gingy.
peaks, but Gingy is up in the window. Gingy may be hearing these runs, or this is just timing, I think. This is just timing. Oh, she's going to be exposed in the window because Sheaf is going to see her and drop the fellow evasion teammate. The captain takes out one of the players there with a beautiful one tap. That is timing at its worst.
That is awful timing. I can see a strongly worded letter coming from Gingy to her team captain after the competition for that one as we join J Bebe still in and around that stronghold Alamo area, and Sheaf is wondering where Reefy went. He was originally tracking Reefy here, got very lucky by clearing all his angles and seeing Gingy in that window, but now of course Reefy will have heard that and might just be turning around. This is going crazy, Bunny.
This truly is JJ Bay, or J Bay is now entering the arena. Reefy has made it inside of, Reefy is in gas station. I think he's trying to get out through old gas possibly. But those shots are going to be heard by Sheaf. Now it's going to be up. Oh, a shot came in on Reefy as he came out. I don't know if he realized that he got shot at.
I think he did. If he's smart here, he leaves. Do you leave, Bunny, and secure the points you've already got because you are locked in that building otherwise?
100% I am getting out. I do not know who's shooting at me, but it doesn't matter because every one of these competitors have earned their spot and they are all going to slay out. J-Bebe off a little bit here. Man, it is absolutely insanity happening on this Sheaf, clearing out every side, but I think Reefy's going to be gone. I think he's out before Sheaf even makes it into this building. But Sheaf is not going to take a chance.
No, he's going to use the grenades. Thank God he has a torch on that gun. Throw the grenade in, let it go bang. Try and throw the grenade in. We'll pretend that one went. He's going to push this, clear it. I think that's the right move to get out while you can here. I don't know if Reefy knows how close to death he really was there. Getting tracked by Sheaf is no joke in Escape from Tarkov. Good stuff from both competitors there.
All as J Bay is over here hanging out, listening. He hears all of these grenades. He's heard all of this fighting. But the thing that nobody realizes is that the key is gone. It is off play. They are all just fighting it out to fight it out now. Every one of Rashala's guards is dead. Rashala is dead. This is just a battle as we tune in with J Bebe and Mandini. Super close to each other. Mandini's gonna spot J Bebe first and drop him with a 2-tap to the head.
Great shot from Mandini. Very, very patient gameplay. Good stuff from him. Grabbing those dog tags. And only Sheaf will know that he took out the blue dude and where his body is. So there's still a chance that he goes back and searches for that key. But I'm not sure the blue dude didn't put the key in his secure container here. And we have a very relieved Reefy joining us in chat. Very relieved he left now that he knows that Sheaf was hot on his tail. Right decision made there, I think.
Yep. That key is out of play. The blue dude did slot it into his key tool as the competition was going. He said, nope, I'm going to deny points here. But Sheaf is hunting somebody. He hears people in power, I believe, or somewhere around him because they are right next to each other. And I think Sheaf knows this. They both know this. They are circling.
I can't. I don't want to watch this.
They're just circling. They're trying to force the other one to make a left-hand peek.
Right-hand peeks.
And No, none of them want to. So what Sheaf does is says, okay, you want to do that? Fine. I'm going to hold a right-hand peek and force you to come to me as he sprays over on the Snipes, but does not get the kill. He is now going to push around and try to force Snipes into a left-hand peek again. But
Snipes has
is
reloaded.
not having
Sheaf
it.
has not, by the way. Oh!
But it doesn't matter. Sheaf says, you're playing my game. I'm not playing yours, and drops Snipe.
Oh my days. I was so worried. We've seen this numerous times in this competition where the first person to reload actually wins the fight just because of the spraying. But Sheaf was super accurate there, baited him in perfectly, got the kill. GG to both our competitors. That was very,
up top here.
very cool to watch.
She was camping there.
That was amazing to watch, but War Pickle is also in the area. He may have heard that fighting. He's gonna go up top and find Gingy's body here, and he's gonna go ahead. I think, did he already loot it? Or he's looting it now. Oh no, that's Sheaf. I'm sorry, I've got it backwards. Sheaf is getting his kill from earlier. War Pickle is off over towards Stronghold. That is my fault.
Indeed, and actually interesting to hear Sheaf say he suspected that was Gingy in that position because again, he knows Gingy. She is another evasion team member. She has done the research on each other. They know the spots they like to hold on this map. So he was 100% correct. That was indeed Gingy he shot up there. Good stuff from him grabbing the. He is cracking off right now.
So now we are tuning in with Chusky and Mandini. Chusky has decided that he loves Dorm so much that he just is never gonna leave it, and this is his home. And I believe Mandini may be hearing grenades as he goes ahead and sprays out. Chusky jumping out of the window, but does he get caught by Mandini here? And he does. Mandini gets the spray down on Chusky and goes ahead and walks away with another dog tag.
The power of the mustache was not enough. And War Pickle just killed Sheaf, took him down. Oh, what a headshot.
The only thing I could see on that dude was his head. Tell me I got it.
Oh, what a shot, Bunny.
And that is it.
Wow.
Using the G28 to get that hit point fire in. Drops Sheaf. What a
shot
oh
on
my
goddamn
God,
life.
what timing from all of our competitors here on this map. That is so unfortunate for Sheaf after we saw that amazing fight. Honestly, you guys can learn so much at home from these competitors. They are at the top of their game. That is why they are here in this competition. You can take so much home from learning just from these fights and how they play them out every single time.
Indeed. And War Pickle being very, very intelligent there, not just jumping on that body, securing the area, clearing it, making sure there's nobody else around before jumping onto Sheaf's body, having a look at the loot, and no doubt grabbing all of those dog tags as well. Fantastic stuff from him, a very, very experienced Tarkov player, and you can see that in how he is running. And again, props for the G28.
And he has decided to go ahead and head towards this extract and get out with that G28. You love to see it. Man, these battles have been crazy. Now, something to note, Mandini has played kind of the same way he played the last time. On the outside, away from all of the action, and just moving in little by little to pick up kills where he can, using audio cues, grenades, and still... he is really, really comfortable with that Valde.
Confirm what's in that pocket.
He really is very much death by a thousand cuts here. He pops in, gets a quick kill, pops out of the trouble areas, and uses the audio cues. He's picked up multiple kills throughout this tournament doing that, as you can see. And I think he might even be the last man standing here on this map. So knowing Mandini, he's probably going to maximize his time in here, Bunny. What do you do? Do you go and check for that key, see where the scavs are? Do you think about getting out? What's your play here?
It's hard to say. I mean, he doesn't know that he's the last man. There's 10 minutes left on the clock. With the way these raids have been unfolding throughout the entire competition, 10 minutes is a lot of time. For us at home, we get very nervous when we see 10 minutes, but for these competitors, 10 minutes is a lot of time when so many raids have come down. to the last few seconds. So Mandini has no idea that there are going to be no more competitors, and it is just him.
Yeah, definitely some time for him to look at the loot, try and grab some more dog tags off any bodies that might not have been picked up yet, get some more scav kills. And speaking of loot, Bunny, I just picked up my second little something from drops. Make sure you guys in chat have your drops linked to your Skip from Tarkov accounts on Twitch. Get that free good. Get in game with it. Of course, once the competition ends. Don't go anywhere right now.
Oh man, getting all of these drops, having these competitors fight it out. It has been, this is kind of what we were expecting from the championship. We were expecting it to go one of two ways. Like we said so many times, we were either expecting them to all play extremely safe, extremely passive, and kind of, you know, disengage from fights a lot more often, or they were just going to go full slay mode and try to kill every one of their competitors because they know how strong each one is. But I am not surprised to see the death and destruction we have had from every one of these competitors.
Indeed, and Mandini just picking up another point there on a scav, so every point counts, as we saw yesterday in very dramatic fashion. And I haven't looked at the scoreboards yet, Bunny, but of course, chat, if you want to stay up to date with the scoreboards, you can see the scores at the bottom of your screen. Also, we have escapefromtarkov.com/evasion, where BSG have very kindly put a live scoreboard for all of us to use. And we know Chusky got a couple more points this raid, so he's probably moved further or at least maintained his position in first place. But I can't wait to see what happens once Mandini gets out of here and we get those updated scores. This has been huge for so many of our competitors. This customs raid every day, Bunny. Customs has been wild.
Going ahead and finding another scav up here on the rocks. Now, something I do want to point out, this is the first time in this entire competition that there has only been one competitor alive at the 10-minute mark. So every single time that we've gotten to the 10-minute mark, there have been multiple people alive. So every one of these competitors, like Mandini's like on edge right now. He's like, oh man, there's a competitor around every corner, and he has no idea. He's pretty much running an offline raid right now where it's just him and scavs.
He is, but of course, there is still the opportunity to kill scavs here that the other competitors have missed, and every point counts. He will be looking to maximize his time in here. I suspect he won't be getting out until there's maybe less than 30 seconds on that timer, so he might as well just sneak around. You see him being very cautious because, as we said, he doesn't know he's the only PMC left on this map. Yeah, checking the angles.
He is. Look, he is so nervous. Guys, once again, make sure you head over to evasion_GG on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and if you want to watch any of these VODs back, make sure to follow Evasion over on YouTube. All of the VODs will be posted there. Evasion_GG YouTube.
Very cautious here. Of course, we have the advantage of knowing that he's alone. He does not have that, so he is, of course, playing this the correct way. There's a bit of a hotspot part of the map. Everybody will, in theory, be trying to go here to open these doors and get that golden TT worth 10 points, but he does not have the key, Bunny.
Or if they did, they died
Oh,
with that.
yeah, there we go. He is talking about that.
He just, this is one of those instances that you don't get quite often, where you get to see the view from somebody who just like,
and I think we are back. Are we back, chat? Hit that refresh button. We are back. Hopefully you guys can hear me there. And Bunny decided, just talking about knowledge, he thought, you know what? Nobody deserves any knowledge. He's going to pull the plug just for a minute. But we are back. So apologies for that.
the rabbits that we use and the bunnies to run the machines, I just gave them a little break. You know, they needed some water. It's okay. We're back. It's all good, chat.
Come on now, where the scatty boys at,
The
dude?
wrong wire, Bunny. The wrong wire. I was going to jump in with a little quip and say, if you ever want to
no
watch a
scavs
streamer with no
anywhere.
knowledge, just like we have Mandini right now, he has no knowledge of being alone. You can always watch Bunny or I. We also have no knowledge when playing this game. But before I got that
There's
in, you
another
pulled the
person
plug.
telling
So.
them, I mean, they probably think I'm going towards extract.
He is so like I
But I need to pick up a few more scavs.
look at him. He's just talking it out. This is what you do in your head every time, but we get to watch somebody talk out every single aspect of the raid. He's like, all right, they might be here. They might think I'm going to this extract. I'm gonna loop back around. He is playing chess with himself right now.
Scared of a non-existent boogeyman. Totally understandable, though. There is a lot on the line here, guys. $3,000 worth of prize money, very generously donated by BSG. So we're not playing for nothing here. It's a big deal.
Be a couple more points available. It's gotta be.
Oh, a couple more points, and that could be enough to swing things in his advantage later as well.
I know we are killing time right now because Mandini is running around.
Is that
He
it?
is just
Oh,
looking
man, I
for
think that's
he's
it.
looking for anything. I do want to point out, Ridge. I can't tell if you love minutes or if you're
Hang on,
saying
time to
less
check
than
gas.
3 minutes. It's hard to say right now. It looks like you love minutes.
I'm just going to address the elephant in the room here, Bunny, as well. Mandini, chat, is not playing shirtless. He is wearing a skin-colored t-shirt, which I gotta assume is an oversight on his behalf. Unfortunately, Twitch, not a fan of us playing topless. I found that out the hard way with my first Twitch ban many, many months ago. So he is wearing a t-shirt, chat. Do not fret.
As he goes ahead and gets into a fight with Scavs at old gas station. Yes, I didn't even really put it together. I was like, what are we talking about? And I'm like, of course he's wearing a shirt. But then I look at it and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. I see.
I can respect it, though. I can respect it. Looks like he
Jonesy,
might
those
be
are the
going...
questions none of us can answer. We just ignore them. we just move on with our
If you know the
life.
key,
Oh, he's
mean,
thinking he
you
might
have
be
the
about
key.
to find the key with 40 seconds left. I don't think you need to worry too much about that right now, Mandini. My heart can't take the stress if you're trying to run the gas and open a door. Let's get you out safely and get those 3 points for extraction. Please, no more MIAs,
30
Bunny, please.
30 seconds left. Oh, if he went MIA after that entire thing, I would have been heartbroken
Damn, not that
for
many
him.
points, bro.
Like I would have
no
lost it.
scavs, nobody wants any gas.
After all of that,
Disappointing, but it is
to
what
go
it is.
MIA,
Watch
that
your-
would have hurt all of us at
I
home.
made shots, thank you.
So,
for
It would.
with him getting
Wow.
out, being the last man on the map, we are going to take a look at the scoreboard as soon as it updates from his extract and see if there's been any changes in this scoreboard, Jeepo. I don't know if they are, but let's take a look right now and see where everybody is sitting. So nothing
Indeed.
really changed at the top. Jeepo Chusky managing to capitalize a couple of extra points, jumping up to 63. But Warpickle TTV getting into that second place with 56 after dropping Sheep GG, who has moved up to 7th. But it's Bubba with 53. But look at the separation right now between our top, I would say our top 5. Look at that separation. That's not a lot of points as we move into our last map. As we saw yesterday, it's Bubba jumped from 9th all the way to 3rd in one map. So what are you expecting to see here going into this Lighthouse raid, Jeepo?
Yeah, I'm expecting, well, the only thing I want to see, Bunny, is a nude colored t-shirt on the Evasion store. But moving on from that, what I'm expecting to see is all these guys give their best. They know they need to pick up as many OFC shells on Lighthouse in this final map as they possibly can. We have seen people, as you said, go from nearly last place up into the moneyed positions. Every single one of these guys have given their best. Each one of them has had some great luck. Some of them have had some bad luck. Sheaf putting in huge numbers of kills, for example, in that customs raid, then getting dropped by a great headshot. So it is all still for the taking here. But man, oh man, is it close at the top 5 or 6 positions. This is very, very tense now, Bunny. I am starting to feel this.
It truly is. And now, so like, I will like, and I'm going to be honest across the board here. I think it's going to be extremely difficult for a lot of the competitors to take first, obviously. But I would not put past them being able to get into at least into the money, maybe second or third. But honestly, anybody from, I would say 9th, 10th up right now has a very good opportunity to still make that money, because we are about to go into our last raid, which is on Lighthouse. I think it's one of the best ways to end it. We started this entire thing with them qualifying on Lighthouse. Why not end the entire championship with them completing it on Lighthouse? Jeepo, take it away. Tell everybody what they can expect here with air support.
Indeed, it is poetic to end it on Lighthouse as well. So Lighthouse daytime 25-minute timer. We will be giving the guys the opportunity to grab as many OFZ shells as they can from the airdrops and extract with them. There will be multiple airdrops, not just one. They will be all over the Lighthouse location. Kill any scavs and PMCs in your way for points. Multiple OFZ shells may be looted. Any loadout can be worn, however, no rebuy Rs, no flares, no T7s. You can get 1 point for killing a scav, only 1 point for killing a rogue, Bunny, so that's a very high-risk strategy. We've seen some people be punished for farming those rogues. It is not an easy feat. 1 point for PMC kill, 2 points for extracting with dog tags, 3 points for extracting in general, and 3 points per OFZ shell. So there is a huge number of points still out there on the board if you can fill a backpack and get on board and get out of this map. Bunny, what's your strat going to be if you were running this right now?
It's very difficult to say. I mean, you do have those airdrops coming every 3 minutes. We've seen competitors use those airdrops to get aggressive. I'd probably go along those same lines. Now, one thing real quick for all of my NA folks at home, when he is saying OFZ, he means OFZ. I don't understand why they add an ED at the end of Z to make it a word. We'll figure that out later, but OFZ shells. But I don't know, man. This is going to be a hard one. I think a lot of it is going to have to come down to where they spawn and how they need to play it out, because depending on your spawn is going to change your strategy so much here, Jeepo.
It really is. And Bunny, I'm looking really close, but I don't see them spelt OFZEEEEE. So I don't know where you're getting that one from. But yes, we have seen time and time again on Lighthouse that where you spawn has been vital. There are people getting killed within seconds of spawn if they know these spawns. This comes down to your knowledge on this Lighthouse map. So we can see, we can see J Bebe, who's been very unlucky tonight with 0 points, having still a huge impact. If he takes out someone in that top 3, they're not going to get any points in this last map. So this is still anybody's game right now, Bunny. And we are with Chusky here, who is still sitting in first place. The power of the mustache compels him, chat. Let's see if that can carry him through to a money position. It looks like the first airdrop coming in already, and he's spawning. He spawned here just up by the helicopter crash, by that chalet. He's looking desperately for this aircraft as well. You cannot see it right now.
Yeah, that is exactly right, Jeepo. One of the things about the airdrops is you may hear them, but you may not always be able to find them as he goes ahead and locates it in the sky, flying past him. Guys, once again, remember, if you have enjoyed this weekend, next weekend is going to be the exact same format. We will be live Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the finals, and we will be having drops once again next Sunday. So we hope to see you all if you have been enjoying this intense fight for this money, brought to you by Battle State Games.
Absolutely. And do go across to the Evasion Twitter and the Evasion website where you can see a list of the people who have all qualified for that. It is a who's who of European Tarkov streamers. I am excited, Bunny.
You saw Apollo there dropping off of a rock that was a little bit higher than what his strength can handle and breaking his legs, making sure that they brought some splints. We'll see what everybody decides to rock here as the blue dude may be hunting him right now. Looks like they are both over by this Mez car.
Very dangerous for Apollo. He seems oblivious to blue dude's position, but by maybe luck, it looks like he's moved down by the coast and out of the blue dude's view, basically. He just shows you the timing on these moves that we're seeing tonight, Bunny. How close people are to each other all the time makes me very uncomfortable. Blue dude being very, very, very patient here.
Oh, the Apollo going ahead and getting into it. The blue dude did hear him finally. I think blue dude might have been hearing somebody else also, because he just dropped the Apollo who had pushed up behind him, but the blue dude is still very focused on the hill in front of him. So I think he was getting sandwiched. Now that fight would have been heard if they are this close. We'll see if blue dude is actually into something here, Jeepo.
Indeed, and that is 9th place, just killing 11th place, so that will certainly have some implication as he gets the kill, takes the points. We'll try and secure that dog tag, but as you say, Bunny, he's been very focused on this coastline. There must be someone else in that area. He's being very, very patient here.
You just heard it there. There was a bush. I can't tell if that was him hitting the bush or somebody else as we tune in with K3U on the opposite end of this map over by this co-op extract. And then we have Mandini on the road just to his right, a little bit down below him. Wait, are we about to get another fight here? Mandini holding this.
Like we are. And we're seeing it again, Bunny. We've seen this all weekend where people use the audio of the aircraft coming in to start to maneuver around the map to cover their movement sounds. And it looks like, I think we're going to get a fight here, Bunny, as Mandini has eyes on that drop. You can see the red smoke on his screen. He's keeping an eye on that. He's in a very interesting place in the middle of that road. Oh!
K3 hears him through the airplane, goes ahead and finds him, lines it up using that beautiful RSAS to go ahead and tap him in the head as we get a nice little message there in his backpack that says hi.
Indeed. Well, I'm not sure I'd be saying that, assuming people kill me. So we join War Pickle. It was War Pickle on the coast. Blue dude has pushed up here to try and get eyes. They're now aware of each other, it seems like.
What I'm curious about is I would expect blue dude maybe to have a grenade here and like underhand it to him, because he knows he's below. That is something when you have the high ground is a very strong thing to do, to go ahead and pull out a grenade underground, like underhand it to him, so that way it forces him out of that lower position and gives you even more of an advantage. But the blue dude's going to go ahead and swing out. He makes an aggressive push. I believe the blue dude gets the kill, as we will see on screen right here with War Pickle going down. And then Mandini finds somebody going for the loot and taps him in the head. That is 2 kills for Mandini.
Don't do what I'm about to do. It's fucking dumb.
Wow, it is just kicking off right now. Mandini playing this very smart, very tactically. Now he is considering going for this loot himself. I would be very paranoid after what I have just done there to that looter, trying to get the loot option. There it is. He's searching that box right now. So it looks like 2nd place and 3rd place are currently out here, Bunny. This could be huge.
This could open up the entire competition with 2nd and 3rd being out. So many people were very, very close to striking distance into the money. We might see some shifts here. And it looks like Sheaf may have just picked up some loot off of these OFZ shells while he is running around in an extremely dangerous location.
Yeah, we have seen people do this before in the competition. We all know that you can sort of cheese these rogues a little bit, but it's not without its risks all the same. He is taking rounds right now, so this is a high-risk strategy. These rogues are only worth 1 point each, but we've seen this competition come down to 1 point before as Chusky starts using those smoke grenades.
Chusky and Reefy on the outside of the chalet, going ahead and using those green smokes to try to cover some of the positioning here. They do take a moment to spread out, though. Reefy is holding a very cheeky angle on the outside, being able to look over. If anybody came out of that front door, Reefy would have had the shot, but Chusky, very knowledgeable about the layout of the chalet, and repositions himself on the opposite side, but it doesn't matter! Reefy sees him and taps him once, twice, there it is, dead! That is your leader out! This entire competition has been thrown open right now, Chad. Top 3 are out. Let's go, get some hype in the chat.
Huge kill for Reefy. I don't think he realizes what he's done, but 4th place going into this last map has just killed 1st place. Huge opportunity for him to now get in the money. Great knowledge from both players. You can see them working those different angles. Great stuff from Chusky to use the smoke. I love seeing smoke being used in Tarkov to distract Reefy, but he didn't get suckered in. He stayed calm. He got the kill. Great stuff from him.
Oh, I absolutely love this. This is on another level, guys. We have so much happening, so many of these amazing competitors. Guys, once again, I want to thank all of our sponsors, but very big thanks to Stints Built PCs. They are an amazing sponsor here, helping us out through all of this. They are great. Guys, if you see them in chat, make sure you say hello to any of our sponsors. Make sure you say hey to Stints and show them some love. Because some of our competitors are using their computers to compete for this money.
Indeed, I believe Gingy just got her hands on her new Stints PC, and chat, they do deliver to Europe and the UK as well, FYI.
Now we have the Blue Dude and Mandini on screen going ahead. There, Mandini is lining it up, looking for his 3rd PMC kill. I don't think the Blue Dude is aware at all. He's moving his headphone off. Is that grenade gonna get on him though? Nope, he seems to be okay so far. We'll see how this unfolds, because the Blue Dude is gonna hear that. Dropping his back. He knows there was a grenade thrown. Jeepo, let's see what happens here.
He sees him. He sees him, but he patience. Oh, he got the shot.
Oh my God, Mandini showing that RSAS off right now, Jeepo. 1 tap to the Blue Dude's head. Mandini's like, I am not out of this. I want that money.
He is cleaning up today on Lighthouse. We had a little G28 on M1 action. The M1A came out on top, but right here we have the RSAS saying, you know what, guys? I'm the pick of 762 NATO. You should be using me.
RSAS is showing why. Jeepo, RSAS is showing why it is the OG, why it is the best right here, at least in Mandini's hands. I'm expecting to see a lot more of these weapons in the coming weeks on Tarkov, where people are trying to imitate these competitors and use these weapons. It is mind-blowing. As we tune in with Sheaf, this man is just looking for airdrops. He wants those OFZ shells.
Indeed, and pretty much any of our competitors that are still alive and on this map have a huge opportunity to get points enough to get into the money, as we join Gingy in the picture-in-picture here. And they are both moving towards that same airdrop here. Funny. Now, I wonder if Gingy can get some revenge on Sheaf. He did, of course, take out his Evasion teammate in the last raid in Customs. Would be somewhat poetic for her to return the favor here on Lighthouse.
Yep, if Gingy does take out Sheaf, I know the HR department at Evasion is going to be extremely busy this week coming up. I can only imagine the emails that they'll be getting as we tune in with J-Bay going ahead and repacking a mag. Seems like he has a broken leg. Gingy's still up on this mountain.
She is, and this is a very interesting spot here because we saw Jay just off to her left.
What are they looking at?
She's looking at the rogues.
So the rogues are aggroed onto Sheaf, who is running down the road, but the wall is blocking Gingy's sight.
Wait, is
But
that a-
she knows, hey, they're aggroed. They're not happy. This right here is some amazing. Oh!
Okay, I
They
don't
saw her!
wanna do that. That's not
I hate these guys so much. I hate them.
good. I don't know how to play
Nope,
this,
nope, nope,
man.
nope, nope. Run away.
I'm
The correct emotes in chat. That is a sweaty, sweaty, scary place to be right now. As Sheaf manages to somehow get the whole way to the other side of the compound in one piece.
I'm
But
glad that
he
guy was
is
on the turret, actually.
closing in, I think. I'm just trying to see where Jay is. I think they're closing in on each other inadvertently here. Whew.
Now, Jay is actually on the backside. He is towards that building too, looking to see all of the rogues already dead along that main road at the back. Gingy is up on the mountain too behind him, where Sheaf is running along the opposite end. These three competitors are all deciding to play with the rogues today. We've seen this not work out for a lot of people in the past, but hopefully for these three, it works out today.
Gingy, I think, deciding better than to peek those rogues again. I'm a big fan of not peeking those guys. I do not like to mess with them here on Lighthouse during the daytime.
No, not
Another
at all.
airdrop.
Another 3 minutes has passed. That means another airdrop, bringing in more OFZ shells. Remember, everybody at home, OFZ shells will be dropped every 3 minutes in locations as Sheaf goes ahead and locates his next crate. The problem is, though, I believe Jay Bebe was also looking for this crate. We may be getting into a fight between Sheaf and Jay Bebe, whereas Gingy has decided, you know what? I'm done with the rogues. I already farmed them enough for this competition. I'm going to go ahead and push off back towards that village. But Jay Bebe has located his own airdrop inside. I believe this is the one that Sheaf has already hit, though.
I believe so, and I know Jay is kind of playing for pride here a little bit, being very, very unlucky. He won his heat yesterday, been very unlucky here today, so he's going to be trying to put his best foot forward to sort of grab some pride. But you're right, that is an empty airdrop as Sheaf very, very cautiously approaches this one. And again, more smoke being used, Bunny. I'm a huge fan of this. I would love to see more smokes being used just every day in Tarkov.
Now, this is something to note here, Jeepo. Airdrops are nothing that Sheaf is not used to. As a old PUBG pro, he uses those smokes to cover his push to those airdrops. Look at that, picking up 3 more OFZ shells. I don't know why I said push like that, but I did enjoy it.
I was gonna query that. Is that an Americanism? But clearly it's not. It's just a bunnyism. That's fine.
I make a lot of bunnyisms, as they've been dubbed in the past. That was a push for Swabo.
I'm not sure why.
We push. Get some we pushes in there. I miss Swabo. Swabo was a great competitor and a great friend. He's a great guy.
Ooh. Oh, Gingy's reactions speaks for all of us right there.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
I believe BSG may have turned the scav up to 1,000, but Mandini is in this area. He is over there at the main house. That's another one of those locations that is, you know, interestingly called. People have different names for it, but she may get sights finding another scav. Mandini's going to hear these shots. He is going to be aware, allow him to peek out and see if he can't find where it's coming from. But another 3 minutes have passed, Jeepo. We have another airdrop covering some of this audio.
Me too. They just come in thick and fast at this stage, don't they? And you got to get your eyes on those. See if you are lucky enough to be close that you can secure it. Maybe get a kill if someone else moves towards it, but mostly push in. We're finding 2 or 3 OFZ shells per drop. That is 3 points per shell. That is a big swing as she screams at that scav for shooting her. She is going to use every second of these remaining 9 minutes, I feel, to maximize her score. I think she... Nope. Oh. Fourth, fifth time's the charm. That is a dangerous peak, Gingy. Please don't do this to me.
He's just shooting.
That is a dangerous
Don't
peak,
push
and
that
all
one.
of that audio is giving Mandini information because that is going to allow him to push while she is still dealing with this scav over here, and he may be going for, I believe, his 4th kill if he finds her.
Indeed, she is making a lot of noise up there, and if he can find a covert position to get a peek from one of these corners, he might be able to get the drop on her. He's been doing that all raid. He's killed, I think, 3 or 4 of our competitors so far. Oh, this doesn't look good for Gingy. She is in a very... She's skylining a little bit up there, Bunny. I'm nervous.
No way.
Oh. She has no idea that she is in his sight. She's going to stand still. He's going to get the tap. No! Gingy!
He even needed to shoot her twice. The first one bouncing off her helmet, but because she was in her inventory, he was able to make the follow-up shot. Great positioning and great use of maneuver for him, but oh, Gingy, so unlucky. The timing again, Bunny.
Look how
that
many
scav.
tags Mandini has racked up right now. He is fighting. He wants in this, but Sheaf, GG, and J-Baby are right near each other. They are both going for this same crate, and Sheaf is not going to know. Jay's got the opening, but he misses. Sheaf is alive.
Oh, this is not what you want. An angry, upset Sheaf knows where you are now. He's going for revenge. The grenade sailing over on top of him. Holding the door. Is Jay going to push this? No way. He's not going to push that door, surely.
Oh, with no comms, no nothing. Jay's being forced into that left hand, but it doesn't matter. Jay takes Sheaf down.
Oh,
what just happened?
A kill. What a kill. I thought that was Sheaf's to win after Jay messed up the initial contact, Bunny. But that is huge for both these players.
Okay.
Oh, I'm speechless. What do I say?
I have no idea what to say in this moment. Sheaf being absolutely decimated by Jay there. Unfortunate for him because Sheaf was making such a great run to get into that money. As we tune in with Snipes going ahead and getting a couple of taps on scavs, it looks like Mandini might be hearing this, or he's checking out on the other side. I mean, there is so much still happening on this map right now.
Mandini has been fantastic at listening to what's happening on the map and moving into advantageous positions to take snapshots at these other competitors. That was huge from Jay. Goes to prove that just because there's right peeking in this game, it doesn't mean you're just going to win the fight. That was a left peek winning against a right. Great stuff from Jay. Fantastic way to make up for the kill. Very, very unlucky for Sheaf there. I thought he had turned that around after the initial ambush, but it looks like Mandini here might be getting an interesting spot on Snipe again.
I believe that they're still a little bit away from each other. Snipe has decided to go ahead and push over towards construction. Mandini still holding out over here by the village. He's a little far off at that path to shoreline. Trying to decide possibly how long he wants to stay. I believe there is about, 5-6 minutes left on the clock. And did Snipes go ahead and find a crate down here in this little ravine? Was that smoke I saw?
I think it was, and I am able to just a little bit of an update for you guys. 4th, 5th, and 8th are still in this raid, and all 3 of them can mathematically make the money positions. This is not over by a long shot. We still have just under 5 minutes to go, and this thing could still get blown wide open here.
Oh, and then there is our boy Reefy. He is over here at the grotto. This is now something to note here. This is 4th and 5th. Both of these competitors are trying to get into that money right now. Both of them playing cautious. Is Mandini... I think Mandini wants to go up there. I don't believe he's gotten his tag from Gingy yet. I believe he's just playing it very cautious.
Yeah, we've seen him do this
Really
all
think
the way
someone's
through
gonna
this
do that?
tournament. It has worked in his advantage. This is
Just cracked
fourth
out of his mind, just
versus
shooting nothing.
fifth. So it was Reefy in fourth place, Mandini in
I'm trying to
fifth,
think where else
separated
the
by
PNC be going.
3
Maybe in the
points.
south.
Both
I think
very
somebody else
capable
over
of
there.
getting
That's a snipe.
into the money as we see Snipe running
That's a
across
big
that
dude. Let me
construction
see
area,
where I
dropping the
hopefully.
scav for another point. He's just quietly going about his business right now.
Now it does look like Mandini had already grabbed Gingy's tag. Unfortunately, we had not seen that on our view. But with that being said, looks like Mandini has said, you know what? 3.5 minutes left. I think with the points that I
Crazy
have,
raid, man. This is
we could be
not
doing
what I
really
wanted. This
well.
is
Look how
literally
many
the opposite of
OFC
what I
shells
wanted
he
to do.
has. Look
This
how
is
many
not what I wanted
tags
to
he
do. I
has.
wanted to go farm roads.
This
And then it
could be
spawned
a
me on the
huge
total
jump for Mandini here.
This
opposite
is,
side
I
of what I
think,
wanted to be.
going in, we'll
Complete-
confirm. I think
complete
going into this
opposite
raid,
side.
he was in 5th place. This is a
Bad mind.
huge raid for him. I think he has pretty much accounted for killing half of the map of the other players and securing those tags. So we will update those scores as we go. Great stuff from Mandini. Should be very, very proud of that raid as we join SnipeX on the big
Now,
screen.
interesting to know as we do join SnipeX, he was just behind Mandini. We could have saw another fight if Mandini had just stayed a little bit longer because SnipeX is pushing this main road, going to the same exact extract that Mandini just got out of.
This guy behind me.
Unfortunately, a couple of little hiccups there with some Twitch stream. Not a big deal as we jump over to Jay Bebe,
Oh my
the
gosh.
man who
It's
killed
not
Sheaf,
good,
but he
though.
is getting shot at by something. I'm not quite sure what. Maybe a scab off in the distance. But look at all of those OFZ shells that Jay Bebe has
there's just someone else
secured.
having the
Yeah, I
extra.
think
Oh,
it's
it's
Snipe.
Snipes shooting.
Ooh. Jay has been so unlucky today. I really want him to get out of this raid just so he can feel like he had a good raid. Oh
Oh, fuck.
no! No! The caster
No!
curse,
It's okay,
buddy!
it's okay. Yeah.
Oh,
I am not taking responsibility for this. This is production's curse, not ours. We do not take responsibility for what just happened to Jay Bebe there. But man, what a shot by Snipes to go ahead and end that for Jay Bebe. He will be able to loot the body up and get some points here.
he has been so unlucky today. Our winner from yesterday's semi-final, just having a super unlucky day today, but he still had a huge impact here. He killed some players, which prevented them from getting into the money spots. Great stuff from him as SnipeX strips off. Is he going for a swim here, Bunny, or what's the play here?
It does look like he may be going for a swim here, but he's going to grab Jay Bebe's body, I believe. So now this is interesting though, because SnipeX only has 40 seconds left to get out of this map. He's very, very close to his extract though, as long as he has path to shoreline. But is he out of energy?
Dude, he's cutting this so fine. Bunny, I
he's
think
not
he
gonna-
had an MIA yesterday, Bunny. Is he gonna get one
Cheapo.
today?
Cheapo, I don't think he has. I think he's out of energy, so his stamina's not recovering.
Oh no!
Is that
Oh
what's
no! Not
happening? Or is he
again!
just... No,
No,
he's not gonna make it. 7
Oh,
seconds
no.
left. He's not an extract. Snipes is getting an MIA.
Good effort.
No, not again. We have went this
end
entire tournament.
Competition. Cheapo, we end the championship with an MIA on screen. Something I never in my life thought that we
Oh,
would
buddy.
see.
We have went multiple tournaments without an MIA, and since this weekend we have seen about 5. I'm pretty sure he had an MIA yesterday as well, and he just got. How many points did he just? I don't even. I don't even.
know. This is what we talked about. We knew that private servers were going to be interesting. We knew that they were going to bring an entirely new dynamic to what the solo battles are, and that is exactly what has happened. While those scores are being tallied up, I want to go ahead and once again thank so many people here. I want to thank the entire Evasion team. Guys, they have worked all of us have worked so hard behind the scenes to put this on for you, working very close with the team at Battle State Games, with these private servers. You guys don't understand. There are people at Battle State Games right now on a Sunday helping us with this entire show. So they are taking time on their weekend helping us. Got to show some love to them. Also, we want to once again thank them for donating the prize money that is about to be given away. $1,500 to first place, $1,000 to second place, and $500 to third place. And also, where would we be this weekend without our amazing sponsors? Once again, Goodies Granola coming in. Can't thank them enough. They have some of the best granola you'll ever eat. It's great for breakfast or just a midday snack. Also, Empire Jerky, when you need a little bit of protein and pick me up any time of day, make sure you guys pick up some Empire Jerky. You can't pick up my favorite, which is the mango habanero. It's sold out. I kind of ate it all. Deal with it. They'll make some more, I promise. And once again, much love to Stents Built. These guys build some of the best gaming and entertainment that you will find. They are amazing. Get in touch with them. See if they can't find the right PC for you and your needs. Oh, with that being said, though, Jeepo, I think we are ready. I think we are prepared to see where this competition has gone. Because remember, the top 3 went out early. They were gone. The entire competition was left open. They might not have even made it, Jeepo, and Chusky barely scores in. Mandini jumps to first. Reefy in second. Chusky in third. What?
Bunny, that is a $1,500 round from Mandini. Can we get some GGs in chat for him? He went from being not even close to in the money to 91 points, leading this thing. In second place, Reefy on $1,000. Chusky, as you said, barely holding on, dude. He scored 55 points in that labs raid, and 4 maps later, only sitting at 63, getting super unlucky, showing you how important every single map of this tournament has been. Wow, Bunny. And I'm looking at these scores and I'm seeing what could have been if, Sheaf gets taken out and loses all those OFZs and finishes in 7th. We have Snipes down in 6th place, MIA. Had he not been MIA, would he have taken Chusky's space? Bunny, so many things to think about there. What an ending.
I mean, look at the separation between second and third. Only 2 points between Reefy and Chusky. Only 5 points, roughly 6 points between War Pickle and TTV and its Bubba. I mean, this is what we wanted. This is what we came here for. This is why we put these shows on every weekend that we can. This is what it's all about. You cannot script this. These players played their hearts out, and it showed through this entire thing, Jeepo. Oh, I am mind blown right now. Like, I did not expect this kind of change here. Just a couple of missteps by our competitors costed them that money, but it does not take away from their amazing plays that they have had today and the caliber of players that we have seen. Guys, from us here at Evasion, from Battle State, from everybody, thank you so much for this show. Jeepo, before we end it, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, my name is Jeepo TV. You'll find me on Twitter. You'll find me on Twitch. You'll find me on YouTube as well. I'm a UK-based streamer streaming in the evenings over here, streaming Escape from Tarkov with a focus on team play and communication. That's what I do. And yeah, Bunny, pleasure to be here. And as fantastic as this has been, we get to do this all again next week with the EU finals. I can't wait.
That is correct. Guys, once again, thank you so much for being here. My name is Unfluffy Bunny. I have been your host this entire weekend. I look forward to hosting for you quite a few next weekend also. You can find me anywhere at Unfluffy Bunny. Make sure you head over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/UnfluffyBunny, where I stream Sunday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until, and we stream everything from Tarkov to any other FPS. There are some amazing competitors that I love playing with, and these guys, oh God, I am at a loss for words right now. I was not expecting this. Guys, make sure to stay up to date by following all of our socials at Evasion, and honestly, let's go raid the man, the myth, the legend, Mandini, the man who won $1,500. Much love from everybody here to you. Have a great night, everybody.